announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to a very special bonus episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
It's weird. I feel like we've never done this before. But this week, Sean, it's a special episode for two reasons. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it's a Royal Rumble prediction show. Do you want to know why else?
Why else?
Because Nick Schifani from Nerd 901 is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Undefeated.
Undefeated reigning champion.
Undefeated.
Never lost a pick
maybe.
show. Right?
Probably not. Nope. Never
Sean?
lost.
It's entirely possible.
Sean, I like that belt you got there.
Thanks. That's what I wore to work today.
Brown leather.
Nothing special.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Sean bought two belts.
I did buy a new one. This is the new one to the collection.
It is pretty.
Second and last one. I'm not buying any more of them.
I'm so close. I'm not close because I don't have the money. But eventually when I get the money, my only debate now is do I go big gold WCW belt or do I go WCW US Championship, which is probably one of my favorite belts ever made.
I'd go US personally.
To
be
different.
Yeah.
I also feel like every time we do one of these, we talk about the belt briefly, and then you go, I don't know if I'm going to get the big gold one or the WCW. You know, it's like we do this, I think, every episode we had this
It's
conversation.
certainly not the first time.
Once I get some
we've had this talk.
discretionary income,
Yeah.
I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a special episode, bonus episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. We're doing our Royal Rumble predictions episode. We've never done this before this year. Trust me. Shout out to Windows 10. I say we get right into it, Sean. How about you think that?
Okay, I do think that.
Let's start with a kickoff show. The first match is a fatal four-way for the Cruiserweight title. Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa versus Kalisto versus Hideo Itami. I'm going Buddy Murphy because Buddy Murphy's awesome.
Also going Buddy Murphy because I don't believe in title changes on the pre-show.
I've never heard that opinion before from you, Sean.
Also, I'm a big Buddy Murphy. I mean, I'm not a big Buddy Murphy guy, but I like him. I'm thinking my next belt will probably be the Cruiserweight title.
Bull crap! Brittany will kill you.
Yeah, that's all I'll have to say about that.
Nick.
Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy.
I like Hideo Itami, but I mean,
it should be a fun match.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I think it'll be entertaining.
I tried to care, but I just stopped.
I just can't get invested in these characters. I don't care.
Me
the
too.
matches are fun, but that's it.
As far as the storyline goes and everything, this kind of reminds me of like WCW Cruiserweight matches when they would do like Ray versus Ultimo Drake and like Bash at the Beach or whatever. No story, but they're going to go out there and tear the house down.
Exactly.
That's what these guys are going to do. Yeah. Next up on the pre-show, United States Championship, Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going Rusev because they have no idea what to do with Shinsuke. I think that's very clear.
Samesies. I mean, literally what he just said. Also, titles don't change hands on the pre-show. I don't think. They don't know what to do with Shinsuke. I bet he's out the door sooner rather than later. I don't want him to, but it's
Cody's
probably
calling his name.
Yeah, I mean, it makes too much sense. They don't know what to do with him. For that matter, I think they've also kind of missed the boat on Rusev.
Yes.
The high of Rusev Day, I feel like, is kind of worn down. Or maybe they just don't have anybody for him to fight. I don't know. Maybe the fans still like him. It's not as crazy as it used to be, but I kind of forgot that he was even the U.S. champ, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nick.
I think it's a little bit more difficult than that, just because of the fact that, tinfoil hat here. I think that they made the title change because the title change happened on Christmas, right? Didn't it happen on the
Christmas or whatever it was? Yeah,
either Christmas Eve or Christmas or something like that. It was on a taped. So I think that and of course they taped it, and spoilers get out, which probably purposely at this point, because I think they just did the title change from Shinsuke to Rusev to have people view.
Now they're going to course correct.
So I think they're going to course correct. That said, I'm going to stick with Rusev because I kind of agree with the whole like titles don't change on pre-shows. I think a couple of times they have probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's unheard of.
205, but yeah, I just don't know if they have direction for Shinsuke right now, and so I'm going to go with Rusev.
Okay. Buddy and Rusev
have swept
across the board.
All right, so now we are on the main show. I don't know why this. Well, we know why this match is on the main show. Let's start with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Bar.
I like how you started to say sham.
This match is a sham. Versus The Miz and Shane McMahon for some reason. The note I wrote down is why.
So, it was probably about 9 months ago. I would have thought it was more or less a foregone conclusion that this year's WrestleMania we're going to get Miz and Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan,
Right.
yep.
Now I think we're going to get Miz versus Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
I think that's where this is going. That's the only thing that makes sense out of this. It's the classic, Royal Rumble kind of start. I mean, everything starts new after WrestleMania, but it's kind of let's start planting seeds for WrestleMania.
Right.
That's the only reason to do this. That being said, he's not turning on them here. They're going to win the titles, I think.
You think so?
And I think they drop them sometime between now and Mania. But I do think they win the titles, and I think it's maybe time to split the Bar up. I've been saying that for a while now, but they've lasted longer than I thought. And I can't remember what they said, but on SmackDown, I don't know if it was this week or the previous week, they're one of only X number of teams to have ever won X number of tag championships. I think it's maybe one of 5 to have won 6 titles. I can't remember what the numbers is, but I mean they're in terms of championships won, they're up there.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of run its course. They're good together, but they're both, and especially Cesaro, so good on their own. I think you're doing a disservice by keeping them together. So I think Miz and Shane win the titles and end up fighting at Mania. And I think the Bar kind of splits up too at some point. Not a falling out, but maybe they get split up at the draft after Mania or something.
I mean, the only reason they're a tag team is because they did best of 5 or best of 7.
Seven. And
like
then the 7th
Booker
was
T
a
and
tie
Benoit
or
back
something
in the
like
day,
that.
and then
Yeah.
they're like, whatever, we'll team up and be the best tag team ever.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Shane and the Miz as well, just because it feels like that's supposed to happen. I don't know.
I mean, Shane's the best in the world. How can you possibly go against it?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna touch
They
on.
are
Was,
trolling CM Punk so hard with freaking of all people.
yeah, and so I mean, I was for the Royal Rumble have so many different like other fun theories that I think could happen. Like, this is not an official pick, so I'll go ahead and say it. But somehow, like, Miz wins the Royal Rumble. Like, they either lose this match or he goes in and he wins the Royal Rumble, and then it's going to be like, because like you were saying, we always thought this year was going to be Daniel Bryan versus Miz at WrestleMania.
Yep.
I don't think that can't be off the table. It's just actually the reverse, where it's
Yep.
face
Where Miz is
Miz
the face.
versus heel
That could be.
Daniel Bryan. So that could be something fun, but I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's. I think for hardcore fans, that sells WrestleMania, but as WrestleMania is kind of more of a, the Super Bowl,
Mainstream,
whatever. It's
everything.
more mainstream. I don't know if that's going to get people to tune in to WrestleMania for the WWE title, but also I don't think AJ Styles and Shinsuke was either. But
Yeah.
all that being said, I don't think the Bar is going to break up just because I don't. They don't know what direction to push Rusev and Shinsuke, so I'd be afraid. And if we're going to
start adding more
and
singles,
we're getting call ups, and we're going to get a surprise entry of some sort. So to split those two in singles, they'll just get lost in the shuffles. It's better to keep them continuing, and maybe they get drafted to Raw or whatever, and they continue. I mean, like the SmackDown division or the tag team division on both brands is so up in the air. You've got like 2 or 3 tag teams that are, top notch, and then everything else is kind of just faltering.
Yeah.
I don't think you take that tag. I don't think you eliminate a tag match or tag team from a thin, Nexius or not Nexius, but what's the word I'm looking for? I'll just go say core.
The Nexus?
No, not the Nexus. But anyways,
The Nexus of the universe.
Yeah, but like nucleus.
The new
That's the
yes,
one.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm not touching it again.
But so
I'm not
anyways,
touching my HP
I'm gonna
warranty.
I'm just gonna go with Shane and Miz because what the hell.
Yep.
I am going with the Bar. So we have our first disagreement
Bar.
here. And here's what I think. I almost think that The Miz has been a heel for so long. We love him as a heel so much. I think they're ready to have him go full bore as a face. I think his act with Shane is not just an act. I think Shane turns on The Miz. I don't know that we end up getting Miz Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, but I do think we either get Miz Shane or Miz D-Bry at WrestleMania. The bar wins. Okay.
So do you think it's Miz goes face, Shane goes heel?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's so funny, like, they're playing Miz up because, he likes to do the little sly, like, I'm 1/3 of the of the best in the world trophy or whatever. He's got these little tongue-in-cheeks kind of comments. It's almost like a villain from a comic book thinking, like, I am being the good guy. Like, but he's actually still the heel. So I'll be interested to see how they run into that.
# Far From Home.
Yeah.
That's what I think's going on there. God, that movie's going to be so good. All right. Next up, I've got the Raw Women's Championship with Ronda Rousey, also known as Sonya Blade, versus Sasha Banks. I think this match is going to tear the house down. However, I don't see there's any chance in hell of Sasha winning this. I'm going Ronda.
Yeah. It's got to be Ronda. You want the title on Ronda for
you want
whatever.
It round her waist.
You want it round. You obviously want the belt on Ronda for whatever ends up happening with Mania, but it should be a great match.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Ronda keeps the titles. Since we're not going to do a prediction show, I'm going to say that they probably have Sasha and Bayley win the tag titles at the next pay-per-view. So Sasha doesn't need this. She's been champ a handful of times already. Ronda doesn't need it. She's Ronda Rousey, but they want the title on Ronda going to WrestleMania.
Yep.
Ronda wins.
Nick.
I concur.
I also think the first WWE Women's Tag Team Champions should actually be the Iconics.
I love them.
They are the best.
They're like the
they
only
suck
true,
at wrestling,
well, no.
but I love them so much.
As far as true tag teams, you have like the Iconics and you have the Riot Squad, and that's kind of it. Everybody's like, we'll put Bayley and I know they're friends, but
and they've got chemistry. So they are a tag team. Because they've had the history, so they can make a tag team out of themselves, and obviously they have.
I'm just worried not to go off on too big of a tangent, but like, are they just gonna throw like
just kind of like
Naomi and somebody, and
just
then
kind of floating around to get
right?
awesome,
Just be like, you two are a team.
Whatever.
And
Naomi and Mandy Rose are now a tag team. They both love Jimmy or Jay or whoever.
It'll be like the bar all over again.
Right,
They're at each other's throats. And then,
you worry about that, but essentially, wasn't that eventually how the men's tag team division became? We just got all these dudes standing around doing nothing.
both tag champs right now. You got two singles guys, and they just put together, made a tag team.
Right. So that's not too terribly bad of an idea because, again, call-ups and new signees, and so you've got to make some pairings that may not make sense at first, but if you write it well together, then maybe it'll work out. But yeah, I kind of agree with everything that Sean said. There's no reason to take the belt off. I think it's going to be a fun match, but ultimately, Sasha does fall to Ronda.
I think Sasha will give Ronda her best match yet.
I think so too. I think so too because and the matches with Alexa Bliss were fun just because it was Alexa Bliss as far as like she's playing dirt, not by the rules, playing dirty, trying to find the cheap ways out and end up losing.
She's such a good character.
Right.
Her character is so good. She's gotten better and better as a wrestler, but her character is just like it's above everybody else.
Right. Yep. So I think Sasha is going to be the best match we've seen with Ronda, like, pound for pound on the mat.
I agree.
It should be a lot of fun.
I concur. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The SmackDown Women's Championship. Champion Asuka versus challenger Becky Lynch. So, I don't know how we can talk about this match without talking about the Rumble.
Right. I see what you're saying, yeah.
But, like, my thoughts as you were just talking was, like, what I think that's so good they're doing with the Women's Tag Team Championship is they're going to be one. Like, if you look at all the participants in the Rumble, they have so much talent. Like we've said on past prediction shows, I don't think they should split that talent in half. The only way I can see Becky winning this is if at WrestleMania we have a unification match or
I've
something.
heard rumors of that.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think.
Okay.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't think they'll do
I don't
it.
think
Okay.
that's happening because I think you're diminishing the talent pool.
You're
and
like killing the whole women's
Yeah,
revolution
you
by saying
are.
you're not
Yeah.
worthy of 2 titles.
Right.
You
You
just
get
share
one.
one.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't think.
yeah,
I
I think
have
that's-
heard rumors they've been talking
Okay.
about
that would,
that.
I think that would be huge, like a catastrophic mistake.
Cataclysmic,
to,
yeah.
all that too.
And
catastrophic.
catastrophic.
Both of them. to go, you know what, we're gonna unify it, and oh yeah, Ronda Rousey's the only champion for the next 6 months or whatever. Which I mean, that's not a problem, but at the same time, that you just completely just simplify that division, which is not simple. I think that would be a terrible, terrible idea.
Now here's what I'd like to see
Yes.
before we get into this match. Something
She does the kiss of death.
you've
From
been
Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh my god.
something you've been talking about a lot.
Okay.
And I'm on board and I think it's a good idea, but clearly nobody's ever going to pull the trigger. Maybe with the women's they do it. Since, like you said, there's a lot of talent in this Rumble, I don't think there's enough to have show-specific tag titles. I'm glad that's unified. You shouldn't unify the main titles.
The single, yeah.
However, I think you need a secondary singles title.
Yeah,
Oh, I would
100%.
love if they did a
100%.
women's, like,
And I think
intercontinental or
you
whatever.
do-
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I think you should do, women's TV title.
Oh!
Bring the TV title back, give it to the women, let it be shared across brands.
I
and
like
then
that a lot, yes.
That adds a little interesting wrinkle to where,
It's brand
that's what I think
it's
they should
bragging
do.
rights, but it's also you always every show you have a title match. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd just be interested in how that flows between two brands. I mean, I think the brand divisions of the brand split is going to come to an end sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But so, like, because we were already getting the combined pay-per-view. So can you play that up as like War of Words for 3 weeks before a pay-per-view, and then the pay-per-view, the Monday or Tuesday before that pay-per-view, X Star from Raw invades SmackDown or vice versa, and then that's how they go back and forth
So the way
every pay-per-view
yeah.
event.
So the way I see it, whenever I thought of bringing a men's TV title back, which I think it's one of the most underrated things about WCW was the TV title. Freaking Brett won the TV title. That's almost saying how much they screwed up Brett, but it's also like it adds legitimacy to it and everything. I think if it's just if you're a SmackDown guy, when Monday night comes on, you're there, and it's an open challenge or whatever. You have a match on that, and
It's
then
a
if you
lot of
win,
traveling.
you go to SmackDown.
Yeah, there's
normally they're pretty close.
Logistic
though.
issues.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And maybe you work out something with the house shows. Or
well, I mean,
something
Corey
like that,
Graves
but
goes between them both, right? So why couldn't?
His hair is amazing.
Yeah, he
This
does,
is
but he's
true.
also not performing.
Well, the other thing you do, which again, there's plenty of talent. Have 2 TV titles. You could easily have one on each brand.
Yeah.
And that gets rid of all the logistical issues as far as travel and as far as how do you keep storylines going. It's just give them each one. There's
I
plenty.
miss TV titles. The closest thing to that was when Cena started the whole U.S. Open Challenge.
Challenge,
When he was
yeah.
the U.S. champion, I was like, this is a throwback. The TV title was not an open. I don't remember ever being an open challenge in WCW, but it was at least like, you have a title match on
Every
every
single
show,
show. Yeah.
period. And I loved that when Cena was the U.S. champ.
Yeah.
But getting back to the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yes.
Because I think Becky is destined for greater things, and that's not to discount the SmackDown Women's Championship, which is obviously the better division, I would say. Asuka has to win this. Now, do I think she wins it via shenanigans? Kind of, yeah. Whether it's Charlotte or it's Ronda coming out and throwing over another ladder or something. Like, I think there's shenanigans in this match, but I think Asuka... Let me rephrase that. I think Asuka walks out as the champion. We get in these weird things when we do championship predictions. Like, it could be a DQ, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
But we always say whoever walks out with the belt is
yeah,
a pick.
I think Asuka walks out with the belt. Because I think Becky, right now, we'll get to it in a minute, she's not in the Women's Royal Rumble. However, obviously this will go on before the Women's Royal Rumble. I think either Becky is in the Rumble, spoiler alert, and wins it, or somehow she's getting into the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah. Just you don't have to. We've seen in the past you don't have to win the Royal Rumble to
Exactly. Yep.
to because it could be a Raw woman who wins Royal Rumble and faces Ronda. Even though I think everyone's idea here is that somehow Becky faces Ronda.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Asuka too, just because. Yeah, I mean, logistically everything makes sense regarding that.
Yep.
Just got the belt, keep it on her a little bit longer to solidify
and she deserves it. Like,
yeah, she's great.
Asuka's,
Yeah,
like she got screwed. Like her WrestleMania match with Charlotte was awesome, except she didn't win.
Yeah.
She should have won.
Yeah.
Like I love Charlotte. Obviously, she's like the golden standard, whatever you want to call her. But like, Asuka deserved to win that and keep her streak going.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that she didn't get that. She finally won the title. She deserves to hold the title for months on end. So yeah.
And she can always start, with a. I mean, Carmella's getting back into getting pushed up in the front again with what we've seen her recently, kind of having interactions with Becky and Charlotte. So that means they're putting the faith back in her. So there's no reason she couldn't do that. There's, of course, the draft or however they do it this year. That doesn't mean that someone like Ember Moon couldn't or Ruby Riott couldn't come over to SmackDown. So
Ember is so talented.
she is. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, so I was gonna go with Asuka because I too also think that Becky's gonna find a way to get into the Royal Rumble and win it. Spoiler alert.
So I think
Oh boy.
Asuka's gonna win.
Okay.
Probably via
that-
shenanigans.
That was
Okay,
That was
I think-
dramatic.
Well,
That wasn't-
again, maybe not win, but
See, I
leave
think
with
it's
the
one of those
title.
things where, like, I think Becky's so hot right now that she could lose cleanly and still have good heat on her and still be the man. I don't think
Becky is so.
I don't think there has to be any shenanigans to keep her,
Now,
safe.
let me toss this out there.
Okay. Toss it.
I think the obvious thing is Asuka either wins or at least retains due to shenanigans, whether that's Charlotte or
Can I hit
maybe
you
even
with
Ronda.
Can I hit you with a shoe?
No.
Okay.
Is there any
Hashtag Super
chance maybe these are reversed? SmackDown Women's comes first. Becky causes Ronda to lose the title, as Ronda caused Becky to lose the title at TLC.
No.
That would be.
I don't think so,
No,
but-
that'd be tons of fun.
I don't think
That would be
WWE has
awesome.
the balls to take the title off of Ronda until WrestleMania.
But
I
there has.
agree.
But I can see your scenario happening, but still Ronda like walking out with the title, just because Ronda.
Shenanigans.
As far as Becky's concerned, Ronda cost her the title at the ladder match, so there's no reason that I can't see Becky going out and trying to distract Ronda. She finds a way to get out of whatever predicament she's in, and still like ends up getting the win. I
So,
think that could certainly happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I'm good.
Okay.
That would be a lot of fun.
A hypothetical scenario: Becky beats Asuka. Later in the night, Becky screws over Ronda. Sasha
Ronda
wins the
wins the
title.
Rumble.
Ronda wins the Rumble.
Oh my
fights
Dude,
Becky.
that
God.
would be legit. That is, I think,
I didn't even think about that. Okay.
that would be the best. I think that's the best.
Let it be on
scenario.
record that I said
You
it.
said
It's
that,
not my
yeah,
pick, but
yeah.
it would make for an
I almost
interesting.
that was so cool. I almost cursed. Like I almost,
Not on this show.
Yeah, that was
Never.
So cool, I almost cursed. So
But
Daniel
I'm
Bryan
going.
would
I'm
be
going
very disappointed in
Asuka.
us. So we're all going Asuka.
Yeah,
Okay.
damn, Sean, I hate you. That sounds so cool. I want
it's just
that
fun to
happen.
do.
I didn't
the,
even
the
think
fantasy
about that.
booking.
I didn't either. Because we're so like stuck in the way of like
Right. The
Ronda's
card
gonna be
is
the, yeah
this,
Ronda's gonna be the one
Ronda
with the
has to
title
be
at
the
WrestleMania.
champion.
And it was a
Yeah.
year ago that Ronda debuted, so
Yeah.
maybe they
And she
capitalize that
overshadowed
and-
Asuka. Asuka would be like, "Yeah, I'm the champ, and you're not you."
Yeah.
Remember that Asuka wins the Rumble, and she's like, "Hey, hey, hey."
We had a conversation
hurt
back
yourself.
then how we disagree about that, but
Yeah,
that's
we did.
okay.
All right, next up, the WWE Championship. The new Daniel Bryan, which is how I wrote him down here
Wait,
in the
hold on,
notes.
quick time out.
Yes.
Is the Raw tag team titles not on the line?
Nope.
No.
What the hell? Also, what happened to Authors
Bobby
of Pain?
Roode and his son are
I
not.
don't know.
They won the
They just
titles.
disappeared.
Authors of Pain.
They won the titles.
They won the
lost
titles,
the titles,
and then they
just
and then they
disappeared.
haven't been on TV in 2 weeks.
I assume they're back on like
NXT. No.
WCW Saturday Night.
or main event.
WWE
that's
Championship. The new Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
Surely they'll find a way to slide the titles. I'm just dumbfounded by it. Surely they'll find a way to slide the titles in somewhere.
The only thing I think, though, I don't think they will, because you've got two matches that both take up 2 hours total.
Yeah. Well, it's a 6-hour show.
I don't know how.
As someone
I don't know how
who's
you went to WrestleMania.
as someone who experienced it firsthand, that was
Yeah.
an 8-hour show.
I don't know how you did it.
That turned into an 8-hour show by the time that you get there, like sit down and kind of chill out and stuff. You have to wait to get in.
Sit behind some palm trees.
Sit in the middle of fat people. Both sides.
By the way, that made me think of fat chicks. Check out Eric Bischoff's podcast, 83 Weeks. He always talks about fat chicks. It is such a good... he's probably full of a lot of BS, but like for the three of us that grew up in the 90s with wrestling and lived through the WCW, NWO, WWF, the Monday Night Wars, all that other stuff.
How old do you think I am?
As old as him? A little bit older.
A little younger.
He's younger than me.
I am an old
Hashtag
man.
Team Young.
Anyways, check out 83 Weeks. Hashtag not an ad. Okay. I think...
Now, what are they calling AJ now? It's the new Daniel Bryan and the...
He's just AJ Styles.
No, I know, but they
Is
keep...
he AJ MAGA Styles?
What did Vince... The old AJ Styles...
He can't come to the phone right now?
No,
Like the back of the
like
box?
when I saw a commercial for SmackDown, they said, plus a face-to-face confrontation between the new Daniel Bryan and AJ. And I'm trying to think of what they call it. I don't think it was the old AJ Styles,
just call him
but it
the
was
phenomenal one?
they called him. I don't remember
rejuvenated?
now. I'm gonna look it up. They called him something.
But
But
you
anyway.
should do that. You do that and I'll talk.
All right.
All right. So I think so Sean and I went to video game trivia where we won for the fourth time.
Fourth time.
Back in November, and we were watching on Sean's DirecTV app, whatever it was. We were watching SmackDown because we knew Daniel Bryan was getting another shot at AJ for the championship. And as we were watching this happen, we both saw D-Bry kick AJ in the junk, and I started hitting Sean's heart. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he freaking did the knee plus. He pinned him, and I was like, and then he just picked him up and he just freaking curb stomped him just into next week. And at the time I was like, you're taking the ultimate underdog babyface and turning him heel. I don't know how I feel about this. Ever since his match against Brock, which was perfect, which only Daniel Bryan could have done that. Ever since then, I'm like, why'd you have him a face for so long? Like, we've all forgotten how good a heel Daniel Bryan can be. Like when he's a swarmy heel, when he used his Money in the Bank and he pinned Big Show. I think it was Big Show versus Mark Henry. I think when he won the
cage
title
match. Yeah,
and he stepped in, he won the title, and then he got pinned by Sheamus in 18 seconds of WrestleMania, or 8 seconds, whatever it was, WrestleMania. That was crap. But
I'll never forget that.
It was
such a crazy thing. Yeah,
like Daniel Bryan is one of the greatest wrestlers that has ever lived, period. I'm going to fill time. I absolutely love the heel turn where I thought I was going to hate it.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan as a heel is almost better than Daniel Bryan as an underdog babyface. This match should have been the new Daniel Bryan versus babyface. Now, hold that thought. Versus babyface Rey Mysterio.
Just because of bringing Ray back?
Because I think these guys could freaking tear it down. Burn it down. But the only counter to that is what Ray has been doing for the last 3 weeks with freaking Andrade.
Putting him over.
He's like 44.
He's 44, and he's doing the stuff he was doing.
I knew he was old, but I didn't know he was.
Yeah.
I figured 40.
38
maybe.
something.
No, God,
he's
no.
44, and like, just think of the match. Like, obviously, Daniel Bryan would win that match against Ray. They're not going to give Ray the WWE title, but it would have been a fun filler match to get Daniel Bryan to WrestleMania against whoever he's going to fight.
Yeah.
Which at this point,
That doesn't mean it still can't happen.
no, maybe it happens at is it No Way Out or Elimination Chamber or Fastlane?
Or Elimination Chamber, yeah.
Or
that's not pay-per-view anymore, but they still incorporate it.
right.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, I don't love him more than I did when he was a babyface, but it is like neck and neck. Right now. Like,
now we're watching a
is
video.
this Ninja Gaiden?
This isn't the one I'm thinking of, but
What were you looking up?
He's trying to find the
What they call
promo
AJ.
for it.
that's not the right one.
Okay, you failed. Okay.
So yeah, I was talking to a friend of ours, Caleb Holland, about this because he's a big wrestling fan, and I was just saying like this storyline. I don't know if I just haven't been able to pay enough attention to it, and that's my fault. But at first, I wasn't like really getting in behind the new Daniel Bryan just because I enjoy Daniel Bryan as a heel just as much as anyone, but I don't. And then I said I don't know if it's Daniel's fault or if it's AJ. I'm starting to kind of see like, as much as I enjoy AJ in the ring, like I don't know if he's able to sell these storylines as well anymore.
Yep.
But I mean, of course, AJ's never been the storyline seller, but it wasn't until he turned on Vince McMahon, the Daniel Bryan turned on Vince McMahon, that I was okay, now I'm down with that. When he kind of
that you tweeted,
that
was
awesome.
awesome.
Like it's like okay, now we're hitting kind of the more like real life buttons, because doing the whole save the planet thing, which is obviously always been Daniel's thing, but
I am Captain Planet.
But it's just hard to like pull over on wrestling.
Yes.
So when he changes it to people killing the planet, or the baby boomers are the ones are the ones sucking off the energy from the planet. Should have worked on phrasing there for a second, but so that's now I'm like, okay, if this is the Daniel Bryan, like now I'm kind of more invested in it. Yeah, thanks. But now I'm kind of more invested in it, and again, I think it is more of a fault to AJ, where I don't feel he can sell these storylines very well, but he's doing great, so I enjoy it so far. But I'm ready for this feud to be over.
Yeah, that and
what's sad is
what you
that
just said though is why I think they should have done Rey Mysterio. Like I think we've seen AJ Bryan.
Well, it's so weird because AJ smacks the holy hell out of Vince McMahon. And so we're thinking for the next few weeks, okay, we're going to get a really aggressive AJ and against a really heel Daniel Bryan. Now it's going to be kind of like anti-hero AJ versus a heel Daniel Bryan. But now we're back to like the face AJ versus the heel. Like it would have been cool to like AJ kind of take over, not 100%, but like the CM Punk level of, okay, I'm back to like just whooping ass and I don't give a crap about anything else.
Yeah.
They need to do something with AJ. Because it's
I
going
think he's
on
gotta
about
turn
a
heel
year
at this
now.
point. Yes.
When you had AJ versus Shinsuke and everybody lost their minds, and then I think the match was mediocre. And then they had like two or three more mediocre matches.
Third one was a better one.
And then now he's going to fight Joe. Thank you.
And they
4 or 5 mediocre matches later.
That storyline was stupid.
Then
Hey,
that's
Wendy.
And then like his match with Daniel Bryan, they've been good, but like I don't need to see it again.
No.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
And again, I'm wondering if that's a fault to AJ now. Like they've catapulted him, and deservingly so, to the forefront where they do 2 or 3 matches, and then there's really nothing less for me to do. So hopefully he gets switched over back to Raw sometime soon and kind of get some more fresh blood going on.
Yes, he needs a refresh. I agree with that.
Or Kenny Omega shows up.
Oh my God! Don't.
And they do that.
We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I think AJ needs more than anything? What, Kevin?
What, Kevin?
I'll tell you. A haircut. I think if he went back to the old school AJ Styles, where he was the buzz cut, no facial hair, all that.
I don't think he could pull that
Styles
off.
that I lived, that I not grew up with, that I fell in love with, was that AJ Styles. Obviously, he was like 15 years younger. But like,
I don't think he can pull that look off anymore.
No, I don't know that he can, but he can still go like he could then as well.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, like the soccer mom hair, and all that. It's like, it's not even like nudge, nudge, wink, wink, funny anymore. It's like, AJ, your hair is out of control at this point. Now, Aloy's hair is amazing. We know that. But like, I don't know.
He lost.
I'm saying I know hair is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know facial hair. But like, I just think something, either he needs a change of scenery, he needs a change of character, or he needs a change of hair.
Just one of the 3.
Yes. Or all 3.
Okay.
So the winner is
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. I'm going Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, it's Daniel Bryan.
See, now this is what I was saying. Like, I think a lot of this, I think this card is freaking awesome. I think some of the matches on here,
we've only disagreed on one so far.
and that was me.
Well, we haven't disagreed on anything.
I'm the one.
Sean started taking notes.
I'm
and
the one in
following the winner.
22-1 or whatever it is. Ronda Sasha is going to be awesome. Asuka Becky's going to be awesome. Daniel AJ is going to be awesome. And I think this next match is also going to be awesome.
I think that's the fun thing about these matches, though, is because obviously the women's matches, the storylines have been top notch.
Yes.
Probably focused on the most. And then the men's are kind of okay, but they'll settle in the ring. So like we're finally getting a pay-per-view, and it feels like for a very long time that we've gotten to where they're putting a lot of focus in storylines that actually matter and are going to be good storylines, and then the matches are going to be just as stellar. And then some storylines are kind of meh, but we know that shit's going to be great in the ring. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Sean will edit this and insert a cat now.
Sure. Or just put like the little poop emoji in my mouth.
Next up, before we get to the two big main events, the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor.
All right, let me go.
Do we get the demon?
Okay, let me go. He goes,
Wait.
okay, let me go.
Do we get the demon?
No.
I don't. Okay. So, because he's not winning.
So
That, and because we would have, by now, he would have said, we would have hinted at it.
So last year, I think, and possibly the year before
it was
that,
like the last 3 years you picked him to
I
win
picked
it.
Finn to win the Rumble.
Have you really?
I
picked CM Punk 1 year.
Yeah.
It's just because
was a good one.
this is
I'm picking him this year.
it's the whole David and Goliath thing.
Except Vince McMahon doesn't know what the hell David. What the hell?
And
that's-
Goliath just destroyed David.
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly.
David goes out and eats some mushrooms because he's Super Mario, and then he goes and gets his ass kicked by Goliath. Like, I get he's playing the heel, but like, what the
was
hell are you talking
I was
about?
sitting there thinking, what happened?
Like, even like AJ Styles with his flat Earth stuff is like, Vince, that's not how it goes. But continue.
I'll go ahead and say this. I'm picking Finn
Holy crap!
Yeah.
because I can't not. I picked Pin. Well,
Finn
that's a bad
Balor.
omen. I picked Finn to win the Rumble. I was gonna pick him to win the Rumble this year. Now he's in the title. I got to stick with him.
Okay.
I've wanted to see this match. I can't not pick him now. Now,
I agree.
the demon
I've wanted
thing.
to see this match for a very long time.
The demon thing originally kind of scared me because I thought they don't want him. He's not going to do the demon because he's
And
not going to
because
win,
he's
and they
not-
don't want to
right.
kill the demon. But at the same
What
time,
if he can win as just the man?
Right,
Right.
But at the same time,
She's
They-
the freaking man. Shenanigans.
they've already had Brock kill the Undertaker, which nobody ever thought would happen.
God, I thought you were going to go with Roman Reigns. I was like, dude, that's a little too soon.
And so, I almost feel like
I want him to be number 30 so bad.
Not happening.
No,
I mean, well, number
it's Archer.
29. Sorry. Yeah.
Still not happening.
But like, if it was the demon, I would almost be like, they're gonna kill the demon.
they're setting
They're
it up
gonna
for him
build
to
Brock
lose.
up even more
Correct.
at the expense
Yes.
of the demon.
I
So
agree.
I'm kind of glad that they're not doing the demon because that way, if Finn doesn't win, they haven't killed the demon.
Right.
But at some point, you kind of need to. You can't just always have a big, oh, the demon's here. That means
He's
Finn's
going
going
to
to win.
win.
Eventually,
He
you need
beat
to
Baron
introduce
Corbin in
some
30
kind
seconds
of
or whatever it was.
doubt.
Baron Corbin.
That being said, I don't think Brock Lesnar's even supposed to be here right now. Like, I think this is all because of what happened with
He's
Roman.
lost like 50 pounds. Yeah.
And it's all very much wishful thinking. I'm going with Finn. I mean, how much better of a story could you have than having little Finn Balor that everybody loves be the one to finally, after Roman did it, be the one to finally beat Brock? It's just such a cool story. And you can add on top of that the fact that he did it as Finn Balor and not as the demon.
He didn't have to go to that level. Yeah.
And maybe I'm just falling for it, but I feel like they're doing a good job. They're finally kind of pushing him. They're making me believe to some extent that he may actually beat him.
I hate the only thing I will say is I hate how he got his shots in on Monday night, and then they're like,
Right.
well, no, you're F5, you're dead. I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, man. But you got to do that. So that's what gives me hope that maybe the one problem I've had with Finn Balor, and as I've said on many prediction shows on here over our 3.5 years, whatever we've been doing this, is his finisher sucks. His finisher only works with
I hate you so much right now.
his finisher. He's not going to pin Brock Lesnar by going, bink. Being
Well,
Super
you have-
Mario.
you have
Like,
to-
he's not going to pin Brock with that.
But you have to think what sets the
Period.
finisher up. It's that shotgun kick into the second
Right.
turnbuckle, and so that takes the breath out of you from behind, so that blows your lungs out that way, and then you're right on the ground, and then a freaking missile to the chest. I mean, you can't kick out of that because you can't breathe.
But like I go back Monday night when he did that to Braun. Braun was like, like it's just.
But he pinned John Cena with it.
But yeah, and I think
But Cena is a normal looking person. Brock
Not anymore.
Lesnar is not.
John Cena's never been like a normal looking person. And secondly, also you have to
wait. What is this?
I'm glad he doesn't. Well, I mean, he hasn't done it in a while, but
I think with
likeness.
everyone's finisher, you have to think about it like you have to take some logic out of it. Think about it. Daniel Bryan's is a running knee. How many people run their knee into somebody?
No, but I could see that knocking somebody out. Like Shawn Michaels
they're
super
hitting them in the
kick.
chest.
But when he hits it right, he's hitting them in the forehead. Shawn Michaels super kick. When he's fighting guys that are 7 feet tall, he's hitting them. He's
in the
all
chin.
his weight is in the back. He's hitting them in the chin, and it's like, okay, that would knock them out. Stone Cold was 6'1". When you drop them and you do this, boom, okay, you're knocked out because you hit their freaking shoulder bone. But like,
if you were lying on the ground and I jumped off of this granite here and just double stomped your chest,
I'm not a wrestler.
If I did that in real life,
But
and
that's
we're
the
trying
thing.
to suspend belief. If I did that to
if
John
you did that
Cena,
to Brock Lesnar, he'd go,
No, but that's
he'd get up and he'd freaking throw you through the brick
but I think
wall.
that's the thing with these finishers is like there's certain
Look at her.
yeah you've got to take the belief that like okay this certain person's feet, kicks, punches, or whatever are more devastating for
down
some
and-
reason
yeah.
than someone else's. I mean,
Yeah.
how many people do a roundhouse kick to the face, but for some reason Aleister Black's is a finishing maneuver? I mean, like you roundhouse kick to the face and you're out.
Also, Shawn Michaels, his super kick is a finisher. Everybody else, it's a setup move. Correct.
Right. So like there's you have to take some belief out of it. But again, it's the moves that Finn has been doing to you it's the chess
Yeah.
game. It's the dives of the rope. Okay, well now you're tired out of that. And then it's a sling blade. Well now you're tired out of that. And then it's a shotgun kick and then he's repeatedly working on your chest and then he hits the coup de grace on the chest and you're like, oh, I cannot breathe. I can't even kick out of this. So you just got to take, some belief out of it. But because I think it's a great finisher. I love it.
yeah.
It's
That's
so
the
cool.
only.
Well, what
for
I
me-
like about
It's
it
just funny
is
when like he stomps him and he like slips and falls.
he just seems.
Yeah, there's sometimes he nails it, and there's sometimes where he's like, whoop.
Because I mean, how many people do a diving elbow? And some people's it's a finisher. Some
Well,
people's
like
it's
for
not.
HBK, it's a set. Macho Man's the only one I think that uses it as a finisher.
Bailey uses it as a
and
finisher.
tested also, and Bailey.
and Bailey, but like
All right.
Xavier Woods does it off the rope. He starts on the turnbuckle, runs off the
Well,
rope.
it's like,
and-
but it's also like, I mean, I'm the biggest AJ Styles fan there is. He does a freaking
450
jumping
and wins.
forearm, but a jumping forearm, like
and that wins.
it's stupid.
So,
Like
yeah.
it's stupid. So I get it. So I'm a hypocrite. I get that, but that's the one thing that's kept me from Finn. Like I feel like Finn should be doing a super kick or like an RKO version or like a swing something.
Well, the thing that I think I've always liked about Finn and what he reminds
He's
me
Irish?
of okay.
Okay.
But it reminds me of when CM Punk first came into WWE and he was different and his move was basically
Okay.
like the running knee into the corner followed by the bulldog into the
yeah.
anaconda. It was just a cool
Transition, yeah.
it wasn't. And then he started doing the go to sleep, which is stupid.
He
as soon as they
sucks
gave
at
him that move, I'm like, this is
He sucks
never,
at that move.
And you could tell it
Tommy
was just
does
the
it
WWE
so much
saying,
better.
"Hey, we want you to have a new move that, like, whatever." So start picking him up and
Right.
knee him, and I was just like, he killed it. That's kind of what I like about Finn is it's kind of got that old school CM Punk vibe to me. I think is one of the main reasons I like him.
By the way, I
By the will.
I
I don't think
honey,
CM Punk sung to that move. I think some of the people
they can't take it.
It was
Right.
eventually he was facing this. People couldn't take it because
Yeah.
he was catapulted.
They're like, I don't want.
Yeah,
to
he's like he can't. Yeah, he can't. GTS, Kane and John Cena and
or
all.
Lesnar. You had to.
Yeah,
you
I
had
mean,
to
you've
do
gotta-
the elbow
yeah.
into it.
So that's
vice.
one more thing I'll say. I'll take a Finn win any way I can get it,
A Finn win?
but there's a very real possibility this ends with like Braun Strowman. I mean, ref gets knocked out. Strowman comes out, kills Brock, power slam. He gives Finn like the little nod or whatever. Finn, coup de grace. Ref
Like
happens to
Eddie,
wake up, 1, 2,
Eddie
3.
Brock.
Exactly.
Okay.
Venom?
Oh my god.
Whoever's listening to earbuds right now, just bleeding out of the ear.
I'm sorry
But
for your ears.
anyway,
Holy
I don't know if that'll
crap.
happen. Either way,
Eddie versus.
I can't not go with Finn.
Who are you going with?
I'm going with Brock. There's no way in hell Finn's winning this match. Now, do I want that to be true? Absolutely not. I am in your camp now. I am so freaking sick of Brock Lesnar At this point, like, go away.
How long ago was that? Did I say that?
It's like a year and a half ago, I think.
Probably longer.
2.5 maybe. But, like, go away. Like, I do not want you anywhere near the title picture. I don't care if you're on WrestleMania. But Brock is going to win this match. Period.
Probably.
Especially since he handpicked Finn, supposedly. Now, what I do wonder, I don't want Braun to get involved.
Him picked Finn, like, behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he loves his matches with, like, AJ and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
He and I agree with that. Those are his
Those
best
are his
matches.
two best matches.
With smaller guys. Like, when he fights Braun, like...
And Kane.
It's...
And how did they never have him fight Lashley? The one, not to crap on Lashley,
because
but that would have been
Roman pinned
perfect.
Lashley in that match. After
Well-
Lashley pinned Roman.
It will have. May not have it now, but
That's what they should have
'Cause-
done.
Anyways,
Leo Rush is great.
he is awesome.
He's good at what
he
he
is
does. Yeah.
he's like the new generation Jimmy Hart. But I think that there's no way. I think there's a 0% chance of Finn winning this match, which is if he actually does. Are you gonna watch at my house?
Yeah, probably.
Unless you have a baby, I'm gonna be like, I will lose my
baby
mind.
this
I'll wake up all the
I
kids
might.
in the house. Like, if he somehow pulls this off, I will be the biggest Finn Balor fan.
That will be the, I don't know, maybe not the biggest.
One
of the biggest pops.
upsets I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Nick.
Finn Balor.
Really?
Yep.
Good man. I know that.
I just feel like it's time to like decide if they were blowing smoke up our butts about we're going to give the fans what they want.
Like, where
They-
was
they-
that
they're blowing
first
smoke up our
title
butts.
run going to go? That's what I want to know with Finn. How long was
Before
he?
Right.
before
You got-
stupid Seth, like he almost killed Sting and he almost killed Finn.
Watch your
Yeah.
mouth when you say super
Like,
stuff.
where would that title reign have gone?
Right.
And we'll never know, but I wonder.
So I think it's time if you know how much now you know how they say we're going to give the fans what they want, and then it's always just Vince McMahon showing up now.
It's the same
that's
thing
the
over
fans,
and over.
Because
That's what we want is more McMahons
what you
on
think what
TV.
we want is what you want, which is better ratings. But either way, because of who I think might win the Royal Rumble, I can see Finn moving forward with the title.
I think we got the same pick.
And so I think it'd just be one of those things. Because right now, you look at the predictions that we've made, things are pretty much chalk.
Yeah.
To an extent. I mean, every match seems like chalk going into it.
Right.
So why not do the biggest
Unless the weird thing with Becky and Ronda
Right.
happens, but-
Dude.
Which I at this point, honestly, I might take that over Finn winning.
I would
be
take
awesome.
the double switch. Yeah.
Yeah, over Finn winning. But
Well, no, I still want Finn to win. I want Brock to not be champ more than anything.
Yeah.
I think it also depends on whatever Brock's doing in the UFC here in the future. So, but I think Finn has a pretty good chance to win. I think shenanigans happen for it to. It's got. I mean,
It's got to be an Eddie
yeah.
Brock.
It's gonna have to be like, yeah, Braun somehow gets involved, and
If that ref gets knocked out, I'm going to already start to poop my pants.
Please, just don't wake up alive.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
so yeah, I'm gonna go with Finn because I think it would drive the story. And can you imagine that Monday when we come back? Because then you can you could sub in whoever you want to for the remaining till WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Brock going into WrestleMania is their idea right now as the champion. I don't think I don't think that's what they want for the fourth year in a row or whatever.
3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 because he fought Dean that one year. For some
So
reason.
something like that. So I don't think that they want to do the repeat again with, because at this point, was it going to be Seth and Brock or whatever their idea may have been? I think you put it on someone who's make it. If you're really going to make the fans happy, switch that belt.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I think WWE is so stacked right now, even without Roman. They do not need Brock Lesnar. Like,
They really don't.
get people invested in like the next 10 to 15 years of this product, not the last 10 to 15 years with Brock Lesnar. Like, let's move on. He's an attraction. I get it. He wants to do UFC. Just go do it. Go away. Just go away, Brock.
Yeah.
Go away. But Brock's winning. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do...
I'm texting you. I'm going to FaceTime you Sunday night if you're not.
I'm telling you, if the ref gets knocked out,
You better
I will start
periscope
pooping.
it or something.
I'll
Don't
run-
start pooping unless you go to the bathroom.
I'll run around in my underwear and send a video. To
Sean and I will run around in both our underwears if Finn wins. And we'll put it up on youtube.com/.
Will you jump in your pool if Finn wins?
No, absolutely.
It's not that cold.
If he wins the title.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
If he wins the title, sure.
It's not that cold.
Sure.
All right.
There's leaves and it's really cold because I helped Dad had
Now,
one of
I'm
his
saying
tears
Sunday
blew into
night,
the pool.
not eventually.
I mean, if you got a flash photography, if you got a light.
I got a light.
You got a flashlight?
So anyways, I'm going to do the Women's Royal Rumble first, although I think this might close the show, but I think the end of this, there's only 2 options for this. So we're going to do this first, where the men's is completely up in the air. 23 have been announced so far. Carmella is number 30. By the way, I will not be shocked at all. I think you'll both agree with me if R-Truth comes out at number 30. I'm like,
In the women's
what?
match, that would be
What?
That would be hilarious.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that would be funny.
So Carmella's
I can see
number
that
30.
happening. He gets confused of what Rumble he's in.
Ember Moon, Natalia, Bailey, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville.
Sonya.
Sonya.
She is Sonya?
I don't know. That's what I've always said.
Ronda Rousey Deville, Alicia Fox, Zelina Vega. Is she even a wrestler?
Are they just
Yeah.
going to start calling her Zelina now?
Instead,
I feel like that's what's coming.
Naomi, Mickey James, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce. I love Peyton Royce. Charlotte, Tamina, Dana Brooke, Lana, Nia Jax, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss. Yes! Lacey Evans. Now,
it's good to see that Bliss has been cleared to wrestle
I am so
again.
I was
I-
getting worried.
Yeah, I was too.
I love her so much. I think because like I was saying, like her character, like Alexa might not be the best. Sponsored by New World Order.
Nope. It's only one alcohol
Alexa-
we get sponsored by.
Alexa might not be the best in-ring performer, although I think she's gotten a lot better. But her character, like, I don't think there's anybody that's better than her.
Thank you, concert.
Got it.
I am so happy that she's in the match.
Yeah.
I think she ends up in the Final Four either way. What
I
this
think so,
comes
too.
down to is Charlotte winning this or is Becky winning this? Does anybody think there's any other option in this match?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that it has a lot to do with possibly Saturday night in the women's NXT
Yep.
title
kinda
match.
had that
Rhea
same thought.
Ripley?
Nope.
No. She's
That's
she's
UK.
UK.
Okay, sorry.
I'm talking about
Shayna.
Shayna Baszler.
Yep.
Is she on Ronda's side or is she against?
She is Ronda's side.
She's the 4 horsewomen with Ronda.
Correct.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that if she wins the Royal that she might be. Could be like, hey, but I think that's a little further down the line than right now, but I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm slowly transitioning into a Shayna Baszler fan, enjoying her matches. For a while, they were really she's okay in the ring, but her persona I wasn't digging. I think it's her fighting someone like Kairi Sane, who's made it more enjoyable. And I don't think she's going against Kairi Sane on Saturday, but I cannot remember. No, she's going against Bianca Belair, who's awesome. If you haven't seen Bianca Belair in NXT, take your time to watch that because Bianca Belair is one of the most athletic people. She's like Serena Williams level athletic.
Well, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
but see, that's what I think about Ember Moon. And I'm like, why has she just been like...
I mean, I think Shayna Baszler is going to be in this match. I don't think she's going to win. I'll say that.
Okay.
Because I think
she's definitely in.
I think she's going to lose Saturday, and make a main roster debut.
Make the jump.
But
Okay.
I don't think she's winning
Okay.
the Royal Rumble match.
I don't think she's winning the Royal Rumble match.
Did you
Okay.
make a pick?
So
No.
Okay.
I'm saving mine.
Okay.
I mean,
Clearly I am too. Charlotte's got
Sean,
to be the
make a
favorite.
pick.
Charlotte's got to be the favorite, right?
I'm
She
going
is
with
like-
Charlotte. Charlotte's the
She's
only
got to be
thing
like
that
a
makes
negative
sense to me.
1,000 to 1 favorite
Right,
at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going with Charlotte.
I am too.
I think
Yes,
Charlotte wins. She
But,
fights
okay.
Asuka.
No.
Somehow they write Becky into the Raw women's match. Unless they do the old switcheroo that I talked about earlier. That would mean Ronda wins the Rumble, fights for the SmackDown title, and then Sasha would be the Raw women's champ, and then I don't know what you do with that. But the obvious
I
thing...
see Sean's brain slowly exploding.
You're like melting down. You're like Temple of Doom.
The
right
obvious thing is Charlotte. The only thing that concerns me is I think one of the only ways that what makes almost too much sense is Asuka wins due to Charlotte shenanigans. And Becky is not going to stand for that. Becky, I feel like, will not let Charlotte.
That was so horrible.
That was. I mean, could we be more white?
That was
Becky
the whitest high five ever. Boom! Ow!
If Becky somehow gets screwed out of her match by Charlotte, there's no way Becky. I mean, I'm making it seem like it's a real thing, but
right.
It doesn't fit the character for her to just sit back and let Charlotte win.
She's gonna
she should come out and make sure
yeah.
Charlotte doesn't win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Even if she's not a participant.
Yeah.
Because I think, like I said earlier, I think she's a participant, and like I said earlier, spoiler, I think Becky wins.
I'm gonna say Charlotte. That's the obvious one, but I'm going with Charlotte. Did you say you were too?
I'm going Becky.
Becky.
See, okay.
And I feel like that's almost too obvious too, right? Like, because like with all the scenarios, all the balls being juggled in the air, that if Asuka loses,
that's what I do with my balls.
Jesus. But I feel like that one's a little too obvious as well. That I don't want to go with that, but I just think that's probably how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the most torn out because like I feel like I'm going to hedge my bets. If Becky Lynch is in the Rumble, I'm picking her to win.
Yeah.
If she's not, my pick is actually Carmella.
I like that pick. I really do like that pick. That's not a bad pick
because
they've been teasing.
It gives
her.
credence to the whole mixed
number
match
30. Like nobody
thing,
thinks she's number 30. Nobody thinks she's actually going to win. She's gotten so
everybody loves her now.
She's gotten so much better at actual like wrestling since she lost the title. Like I could see her versus Asuka at WrestleMania, and then you just leave Charlotte and Becky to say, "Well, no, okay, you think you're the man, I'm the bitch, whatever." Like I can see it making it. That's an easy triple threat match, main event
with
WrestleMania.
Ronda?
Yes,
Yeah.
Like I think it's so easy to book. You don't need the Rumble, so. That I'm hitching my bets. If Becky is in the Rumble, she's winning. If she's not, I'm going with Carmella.
But what name am I writing down?
Carmella. Okay. Otherwise, Becky if she's in the Rumble.
Well, I wrote Carmella.
I mean, I think that's not a
you
bad.
Know what I mean?
No, because I don't think it's a bad pick. Because again, the past few weeks on SmackDown, we've seen her getting interactions with Charlotte and with Becky and with Asuka. So they're clearly pushing Carmella back into the fold of being a top dog. So that's not a bad pick. I don't think that you're picking someone that no one's gonna think. If Carmella wins Sunday, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
because she's in the mix of those four people. There's no reason that she can't win, and she's good. I mean, she's really good.
She's gotten so much better.
And
also, though, like
she's got great charisma. She's good on the mic. She can get a crowd going. So I mean,
dance break, guys.
I'll set this one out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too.
If this is the main event, she's not winning. If this is the main
I
event,
don't think it's the main
Becky
event.
or Charlotte is winning.
Because it was the main
men's
event
Rumble
last
is the main
year,
event,
right?
Yeah.
And I think that was a first ever, let's have a main event, but I think the men main event.
And then also WWE's petty as shit. So
Well, that too,
Put that one out
yeah.
too. But yeah, and also like
Poop emoji.
yeah.
Bleep.
Yeah.
Meow.
All right, so let's
Okay.
get to number 2 here. Surprise entries, dark horse winner.
Okay, so surprise entries. The only things that I can think of is
But
23
there's
are
only
announced.
7.
Right, 23 are announced so far. So I think Trish and Lita are guaranteed. Do we agree?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because they
No?
both made it. They
I'm
both showed
defi-
up last year.
I don't think Lita's. I lean more to Lita being a guarantee than Trish.
Yeah.
But no.
Trish is a mom. She's got a young baby, and
She's got.
I'm thinking it's more like
Tori Wilson.
I think Shayna. I think maybe Kyrie. And I think what's her name? Tony Storm.
Shivani.
Yes. I think those
I can
three.
see Tori Storm being there.
Um,
UK representing.
Yeah. I think those are the 3.
So does
I
Rhea
mean,
Ripley enter?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't think so. Those are my surprise
I can
entries.
see-
You'll get 1 or 2.
I can see another
legends
NXT here. The girl that was on American Ninja, Casey something. She's been really dazzling in the house shows.
Okay.
She did kind of like a modified corkscrew stunner. Off the top of the rope, she kind of corkscrewed
crap.
around, grabbed Rhea Ripley, and gave her
Wow.
a stunner. But
I still say Ember Moon's finisher is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
you know, Cody was doing that before he left.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not just the crossroads.
Yeah, he incorporated that type of move, but I think he was doing it off the second turnbuckle.
Okay.
But doesn't matter. Either way.
We could do a whole podcast on Elite.
So, yeah, Shayna, Kyrie, Tony Storm.
Yeah.
I think you
Tony
might
Schiavone.
get...
There will at least be
KCNA.
probably 2 quote-unquote legends.
Yes.
I don't think Trish. Lita would
Beth
surprise
Phoenix?
me.
I don't think
Beth Phoenix.
I don't
She's on
think-
the
that last
pre-show,
year?
She is in the pre-show,
think-
so no. I don't think...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's going to
Okay.
but
Um,
you never know.
Yeah,
Celeste?
I mean, maybe...
Or Caitlyn, sorry. Celeste Bonnet is her real
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
Caitlyn.
yeah, but is she still with the company?
No, she did the
She
did the-
whatever the women's
the
tournament
Mae Young
was.
I bet
Classic.
we get stupid Bellas.
Get
Oh,
one-
obviously.
one of the Bellas?
I bet
they
both
get
of them.
we get both. Unfortunately, we get both.
You're
I think
right,
it's
could be
these
that.
23,
2 Bellas.
2 Bellas, the other
R-Truth.
3 I named, and R-Truth, that's 29, and then Becky. So there's your 30.
Yeah, because we're so...
Yeah, Becky at this point would be a surprise entrant. So yeah.
I mean, she's not listed, so
Right.
yeah. Dark Horse winner. I think the dark horse would
I
be
think I picked
a
my
Shayna
dark horse
Baszler.
would be Carmelo.
But
though.
that's very dark.
Yeah.
As far as out of the names I see here,
I think Ruby Riott.
I like her a lot.
I do too. I think if...
who's the other Ruby Riott? Is that Sarah? Sarah?
Sarah Logan?
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
They're,
Okay.
they're like
The, right,
like
the other dark-haired
they've had
one
Liv
with
Taylor, Mandy Rose, Ruby Riott, and whatever.
Liv Taylor.
Tyler, whatever her name, not Liv
Liv
Tyler.
Morgan?
Don't want to close my eyes.
I think Ruby Riott
As far
could be a
as
dark match.
confirmed names, I think Ember would be the dark horse.
Ember deserves it. Yes.
There's literally nobody else here. I mean, Alexa's always in the conversation, but I don't think.
I wanted to
I don't
pick
think
her.
she's
I didn't have the balls to
100%.
pick her yet. Right.
Yeah, so I don't.
I could see her being number 29.
That
I love
wouldn't surprise
Alexa
me,
so much.
yeah.
She's awesome.
But yeah. Likely, I mean, as far as likely dark horse winners go, I would say Ember. Long shot, I would say Shayna Baszler
yeah.
if she loses.
I think for my dark horse pick, it would be Ruby Riott.
yeah.
Yeah.
My dark horse is going to be Peyton Royce.
That is a
That's
dark
cool.
horse.
That's funny.
I love the character. Those two, like, would you see the gifs of these two? Like,
all the
Gifts.
facial expressions, and thank you. You're outnumbered.
I hate you so. Where's Ernie?
Graphics.
GIFs.
He also says gifts.
Graphics.
I will
I
send
can't
you
confirm
the-
that, but I just feel like
No,
he's
y'all
a
hate me.
smart enough person to say gifts.
You can hate me now. All right. The main event, which I assume will be the main event, the Men's Royal Rumble. R-Truth at number 30. God bless R-Truth. This dude is like 48 years old. I hope I
he
look like that
really?
when I'm
He's really
48. My
Not
God.
really old, but he looks great. Yeah.
R-Truth.
Just keep collecting that paycheck, brother.
Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kofi, who deserves a Final Four. We'll get that in a minute.
Kofi
Xavier
does or
Woods.
Big E?
Kofi
Both.
does.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, both, all three of them. too.
Yeah.
Xavier, Seth, Jeff Hardy, Dean Ambrose, Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe, John Cena. I don't like it when I do it. Elias, Baron Corbin, the constable, the Applebee's waiter, whatever. Jinder Mahal, why? Apollo Crews, Andrade. Why? Why is he just Andrade?
I don't know. I don't like that, Raymond.
Mustafa Ali, Rey Mysterio, Titus O'Neil, and Randy freaking Orton with one of the best RKOs, probably top 2 or 3 RKOs he has ever delivered on SmackDown. I forgot he was even alive. And then all of a sudden he goes, what? Bam!
On Joe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But a lot of the credit goes to Joe because he sold it perfectly. So 20 confirmed. That means we've got 10 spots open.
And supposedly Cena may not compete.
Yeah.
Correct.
So-
but he's kind of, his Twitter feed is like, I'm not that hurt, whatever. The big question is, do we get Kenny Omega?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think we do.
I can't imagine. I would love it. I don't think so. I think he's AEW.
If he is not, I'm telling you, if he's not signed by,
If he doesn't show up in the Rumble,
Then
he's
it's
not
over,
coming
yeah.
to WWE.
yeah,
I will say
yeah,
that.
I
I
agree.
think that's good. I think that's a good chance. You and I were texting about this the other day, and I think that Kenny wants them come to WWE. I mean, he said it before. He wants to make it, but he felt like he had more to do in New Japan before he came over to WWE. This doesn't mean much, but recently at E3, him and Xavier Woods had a little cross battle in Street Fighter, I think, but I can't remember. But, so they're already making good with WWE. And then lastly, I think he's completed what he wants to do in New Japan. He's won the titles. He's fought guys that he's wanted to fight in New Japan.
The Jericho rivalry, everything.
And then and then he lost the title match. I think he's ready to make the jump. And this is probably this is the best kept secret.
My God, I will die. I will freaking die.
Even the AJ Styles years ago was getting slowly.
AJ was number 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was getting
But
slowly.
WWE was even reporting there's rumors AJ Styles might sign with WWE, and I was like,
I don't that.
trust you.
I don't remember
To
WWE
me, it was
saying
a
that.
total
No,
surprise.
they
I don't
were.
think it wasn't a total surprise to me because it was it was
There were
slowly-
rumors going
there was
around.
rumors,
Yeah.
So I mean, there are rumors right now, but the only rumors are is he coming? It
Well,
looks like
so
he's
what
coming.
I saw was that he turned down the
For what?
New Japan.
amazing offer from WWE, the ultimate
Yeah.
offer, whatever it was. I'm like, okay, Vince. I'm with Nick. I think Kenny's going to be there.
Yeah. Oh, you changed your mind.
Yes,
Okay.
I think he's going to be
When
there.
we were
I think.
texting you didn't. You. were
I
against
think the fact when I went back and thought about it, I'm like, the fact that there's all these reports coming out that he's not going to be there and he turned down WWE's offer, I'm like, Vince,
it. He's getting it done. He always does.
you're going to just go.
Yeah. He's.
Oh, sorry, audio listeners.
But yeah. So I think he's done what he wants to do in New Japan. All those same guys are with Elite now. I don't think he needs to do anything else with those guys. I mean, I'm sure he loves those guys to death, especially the Young Bucks. I know he's really close friends with them. But why don't you come over to WWE and dip your toe in that pool and see what you
I
can
do say, was it Hulk Hogan that said, I know it's a touchy subject, but now subject with Hulk Hogan. such a big. But like, he compared like,
No.
Are you playing?
what are you doing?
I'm just doing something real quick. I'm listening. Keep talking.
Focus!
I am.
Hulk said like, you can get like a Whopper at Burger King, but you don't know wrestling until you get a Big Mac at WWE. Whatever he said was something to that effect. It was something to that effect. Like, but I think Kenny Omega is so freaking good that he knows like
He's got to bring it over.
He
to
knows how
WWE.
good he is. He's got to do it
Yeah.
at the highest level with no matter what Elite does, which I'm so excited for. Way more excited right now than I ever was for anything TNA did.
Well, yeah.
But it's still the minor leagues compared right now. It's still the minor leagues compared to WWE's major
Right.
leagues. I think Kenny will be in the Rumble. I actually won't be shocked if they put him at number 3 like AJ was.
That would be right. That would be pretty radical.
Yeah.
And then him stay around as long as AJ did too.
and get to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for the rest of this discussion.
But yeah, I think it's time. It's because I agree with you, Sean. If he doesn't show up to,
he's not coming. Yeah,
it's hard to think that he's going to come.
it's all or none. Yep.
Either
He's got to be
ever.
all in on the WWE.
I don't like that.
You know what I mean? At double or nothing,
I'm not doing it again.
he's got to show up at the Royal Rumble.
Do we want to do surprise entries?
Yes.
And since we already covered Kenny.
So
I got a couple.
I was going to pick Jericho, but now
No, it's not happening.
after the AEW thing, he's like they moved him to the legend section. I'm like, okay, that sucks. We're not going to get the jacket probably ever again in WWE. That sucks.
No, we certainly will.
I
You think so?
He's only signed a 3-year deal with Elite. I mean,
He's
we're
going to be like 65. That's the only
not
thing.
sure.
That's
No, we'll get him.
But Jericho, again, I still maintain to this day, you laugh at me for this, he's the most underrated top 10 wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Nash?
No, now's your chance. Every year.
CM Punk?
Not happening.
Dude, if he comes out,
No.
I will poop my pants on camera for everybody at youtube.com/superplayerco-op. If he comes out, I will poop my pants on my blessed recliner. I will show him, video it. If
I
CM
won't.
You'll be here.
That's probably
Like,
illegal somewhere.
If
He's not coming to WWE.
If Cult of Personality if it hits, I will probably literally die. I will probably die.
He's going to if he's going anywhere, it's Elite.
I agree.
All right, so surprise entries. I think the obvious one. I think
Stone Cold.
forgot his name. I think
Austin.
Sami Zayn comes back.
Yeah.
Longer shot.
Yeah.
I think Kevin
Best
Owens
friend?
comes
Okay.
back.
So reports are he's not coming back to
Well,
after WrestleMania.
Supposedly they're saving him till after WrestleMania.
Owens.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Which
But I think we do
sucks.
get Zayn.
I think you're right.
I'm trying to think of other returns.
Which that'll be fun.
that-
I love Sami Zayn.
I'll mark out like hell if he
Yeah,
comes
same
out.
here.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some NXT years that will come up that will show out.
Probably.
So, right.
We're getting
So
Pete-
who?
I know we're getting Pete Dunne. I know
Yes.
for a fact
Yes.
Pete Dunne's
He's
coming.
gotta be.
Which if you have
He's
not
so
watched,
good.
dude, if you have not watched a Pete Dunne match, you are truly missing wrestling.
I love that.
I do too.
Do we agree that NXT
Every
UK World Championship is the
It's-
best looking title in
Yeah.
WWE?
It's got that old U.S. title vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
But like every time Pete Dunne, when his music hits and he walks out, I get goosebumps
That guy's
every
awesome.
time,
Yeah.
no matter what. I love Pete Dunne.
I don't know. Anybody else? I'm trying to think of there will be the couple like random.
John Morrison comes back.
No,
He's a TNA champion. He's not coming back.
yeah,
I think he's a TNA champion. I can't keep track of it.
I don't know. I bet there's some names we're not thinking of.
Well, so other NXT years. I mean, we might maybe they
Aleister Black.
depends on Saturday night
Yeah.
if he wins. Yeah, I mean, are they ready to? I mean, I think we'll get EC3.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He's
Agreed.
definitely going to be
Yep.
in it. I think we don't know about Lars Sullivan anymore because have you heard the reports about this
Yeah.
guy?
He's had like
It's so
anxiety.
It's like the
attacks.
guy,
I hate that for
the guy
him.
with the Rockets. What was his name? Remember that 5,
Oh,
6, 7 years ago?
Uh,
He could not
God,
get
who
on a
was
plane.
that? Yeah.
the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he could not get on
But
a
that's
plane.
I mean that's terrible
But,
because
yeah.
I mean like you've been busting your butt.
You're
in
about to
NXT.
get called up to the major leagues, and yeah,
Yeah,
it
I hate that
sucks.
for him. But
he'll hopefully he'll get through it.
yeah. So I think depends on Saturday night. If Aleister Black wins, does Tommaso Ciampa show up? Probably not.
The only other one, not really a surprise, but he's not listed, is Strowman, Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bray
yeah.
Wyatt's
I've heard
in
they've
it.
Bray
started
has
everything.
got to be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
I agree.
Matt Hardy,
Man, he keeps saying he's not done.
Done.
But
and he's still signed with WWE.
is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of names.
I mean,
in
Braun's
play.
got to show up somehow, right? I mean, there's no way that Braun's.
He's
left
apparently okay.
Off, he's not left off.
I mean,
the
he
show.
did a freaking 15
I mean, he
minute
met,
match.
yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with him.
So I think Bray's in it. I mean, Braun's in it.
Yes.
I think
Also
Braun's
Bray.
in
I
it,
think
maybe
both are
Bray.
in
I mean, do we see maybe a Wyatt family reunion or Harper
no,
and
Harper's
Rowan?
not cleared.
Really?
Nor is Roman or Rowan.
I thought Rowan was.
Neither one of them
maybe,
are
but
cleared.
Yeah.
No,
well,
none of them are cleared.
I think it would be. They have screwed up. Bray Wyatt is so good. I feel so bad for Husky
Yeah.
Harris. Like, if you put Bray, Harper, Rowan, and Strowman back together, like the crowd would go.
I just
They would go
don't think you can
freaking
put.
insane.
I think you can do the three of them. I just don't think you can put Braun back there.
But
Yeah,
I think
he's
I think
beyond.
Braun right
He's-
now is like
he's over the moon over that.
But I think
He is
he's
cooling off.
I
They've
think
missed the
he
boat
is
with
so.
him.
I think
Yeah.
they've completely effed him up for like the next year or so. Like I can't picture him winning the title in the near future at all. They have so screwed him up that like Braun, like I fight Braun, like boom, I'm pinned. Well,
Did we get some of the 205 guys in this match?
I don't know who other than Buddy.
Cedric Alexander
maybe, yeah.
can show up. Trying to think if there's just anyone else that we're like just clearly missing.
Are there any other UK guys?
Well,
besides
my
Dunn?
thing is, who would blow your?
I mean, Tyler
mind?
Bate, but I mean, again, he's
Yeah.
with Trent Seven, so I don't know about that.
Other
Who
than
blew him
like
up?
John,
I mean-
like I'm not even joking. John Morrison, who would blow your mind?
I mean,
to be like,
like,
holy crap!
outside
Like
Kenny
Carlito
Omega.
said, he's not in the main event.
You're right, I
I
heard
mean,
that.
he's not in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I heard that.
Who?
Carlito.
Why did he even say that?
Because
'Cause
every
he's-
year
every
his
year.
name comes up. He's
Oh,
like,
really?
Bruh, they haven't even talked to me in years. I'm not in the Rumble.
Who would be someone that would blow my mind? I mean, they're all signed with with Elite.
Yeah.
I mean, what legends would we possibly? Last year we got like the Hurricane. Ray
Is like
came back,
Kurt
right?
Angle going to make an appearance?
Probably.
Oh,
That's a good
good
one.
call.
That's
Yep.
a good one.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else would just like. I wonder if like like I know Ricochet's against Johnny Gargano.
Oh,
Ricochet would be great in that match.
Velveteen.
Velveteen Dream would be awesome. Yeah, because he
will blow the roof off.
So he's not.
Well, there's no roof, but it would go off.
So Velveteen doesn't have a match Saturday night.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Maybe he's finally getting the call up, or at least maybe he's just getting that spot. I don't know.
Could be.
That would be awesome. Oh man, I would mark out for that one hardcore.
Oh yeah.
I think that's all. I'm trying to think if is anyone else hanging around. I mean, Dolph's not following that.
His name on Twitter now is Nick Nemeth.
Yeah. So,
but he's still his
his
whatever.
contract ends
January
at the end of
31st.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
So, I mean, surely he'll find a way on the card.
I think he would be so good. I don't want him to not be in WWE, but he would be so good in Elite.
Yeah.
He is made for Elite, like just pure athleticism, sell, offense, everything. He'd be so good in Elite.
I hope Leo Rush finds a way to like get involved for Bobby Lashley, because I don't know if you've ever seen any actually Leo Rush matches, but he can do things that like people shouldn't be able to do.
Really?
So he is the smaller version of the Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kofi said he's got something cooked up. He said,
Yeah.
I'm not getting eliminated this year. So
It'll be funny to see what they do.
God, can you imagine if Kofi won it? It'd be so freaking awesome.
I mean,
Kofi and Daniel Bryan would be a freaking awesome match,
would be
by the way.
unbelievable.
I think
there's no
Xavier
chance.
Woods and Daniel Bryan would be a better match.
That was weak.
Well, I went in and you didn't come
You
with
guys,
me.
you're too close to one another.
That's true.
And you're using your right arm and your left arm, so you're already starting
We're
like
both-
this far apart.
I'm like, eh. So anyways, what do you think the final four are?
well,
I
should we
think-
do winners first?
No.
Okay.
Can I build up the tension?
I think my final
haven't we?
four. Gosh, I was thinking about this earlier.
Do you want me
I
to
think-
go first?
I think Strowman's in it, and I think Strowman's final four.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Strowman, Seth,
Yep.
Andrade,
Mm-hmm.
and God, who's my fourth one?
I know-
There's somebody else I was
Kenny
thinking.
Omega?
No.
No.
But
Dark Horse. I'm not even going to pick him to win, but Dark Horse to be in there at the end. Mustafa Ali.
dude, that's my final four. That is my final four.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know that he'll. But maybe. But there's somebody else I was thinking.
That's my
Drew
final four.
McIntyre seems too obvious.
Randy
yeah.
Orton.
Too obvious. And not,
Samoa Joe.
No.
I think Drew McIntyre makes me rethink my
So my
I'll go
final four,
McIntyre. I'll say McIntyre, Rollins, Strowman, and Andrade.
My final four are Andrade, because that dude,
He's
I,
awesome.
I do not pay attention to NXT because I don't have the bandwidth with 4 kids and work, and I just don't. But like ever since this last month, I'm like, this guy can be like freaking Shawn Michaels. Like
Yeah.
he is that
Yep.
good.
He's awesome.
Andrade, Seth, Drew, Kenny Omega. No, it's Randy Orton.
I'm gonna go.
I wanted to be Kenny Omega, but it's Randy Orton.
I'm going Seth, Andrade, Mustafa.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we have to get 2 and 2 is what I was thinking.
I feel like the same way, but I feel like that's just a cop out because
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after they had Raw sweep Survivor Series, and
That
then
was such-
basically literally never mentioned it again.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going to do that unless you're going to have that
Right. I agree.
build? You know, just I don't know.
Who are yours again?
Strowman was my fourth.
That's
one.
who it was. Strowman. Yeah.
That's
No,
assuming he's in
actually-
it, but
I'll go Drew. So I'll go Drew, Seth, Andrade, Mustafa.
the only thing I can think of, because Strowman isn't really as much of a
I could see him
surprise.
winning that, but at the same time, I think he's starting to cool off.
I feel like they've
Right.
just screwed him up so bad.
So they
like he
tend
went
to
from
have
going like
like a-
1985 Hulk Hogan to like 2016 Roman Reigns, where everybody like hates him. You know what I mean? Well, or yeah, basically.
like they do a lot of things where, you know, they have like a surprise guy all of a sudden be there, Ice Cube, at the end.
Ice-T?
Like, remember when Mr. Perfect was like Final Four when he randomly came out.
R.I.P.
Like, I don't know, probably 10 years ago now, maybe.
Oh my God, he was. So
And like,
good.
wasn't AJ? He wasn't Final Four, but when he debuted, he was pretty close.
He's
to
close.
The end.
He went
a long
He went a
time,
long
yeah.
time. Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if, I mean, I have
Kenny?
Strowman, but Strowman aside, somebody that is
oh my
not
God,
on here.
Can we say, oh my God, they killed Kenny when he gets eliminated?
You can say
sure
that.
if you want to.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Final Four. I mean, somebody in the Final Four is
Jay
besides
Styles.
Strowman, somebody that's not even on here, and B, maybe somebody that we haven't even mentioned yet.
Yeah, I think
Correct.
I'd go with the Mustafa Ali part because that's more
They've been
heart.
building up. big
That's
time.
more heart than brain.
No, but I like your heart. I like your heart.
because he got beat by Samoa Joe this past
But to
week.
go from 205 Live to like main eventing with like
Daniel
the
Bryan
guys
and Samoa
Yes.
Joe.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And he looks like Sub-Zero with a
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
arc reactor
Yeah.
heart. Yeah.
I thought he was going to wrestle on that. I didn't realize that was just he just got beat up last week while he was still wearing it. And then when I saw him wrestle this week and he took it off, I was like, oh, that would have been cool.
They're gonna
Yeah.
be Glacier 2.0.
I think he started. I think
Exactly.
he started that at WrestleMania last past year. I think is where
Really?
he started. Yeah, because I remember him doing it. But that's what I have my. I think Mustafa Ali could do it. It might be a little too early.
Yeah.
But he'll
He'll have a good
he's been
showing,
man on
but I don't
fire
know.
recently.
Yeah.
And then
So I'll give my pick first. It might be Braun. I have notes. Might be Braun. He finally wins it and he beats Brock. Finally, after they made him look like a bitch. TVPG. His other matches. Maybe Miz enters. That should be my dark horse. Is the Miz. And he goes after D-Bry, but he's the face.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do Dark Horse, did we?
We
no,
I
We'll
think
save that till
we
after
did surprise
actual
entry,
winner.
which is kind of like Dark Horse, I guess. Or
Yeah.
I guess Dark Horse like more of a winner.
My Dark Horse,
do it now.
Andrade.
I
He's
think
not even that dark
well,
of a horse.
Do we all
but-
have him in the final four?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
He's-
dude's awesome.
It reminds me of like when Alberto Del Rio got the push.
Yeah.
When he did the 40-man Royal Rumble.
When Diesel
yeah.
came back.
And
as
he-
Diesel, not Kevin
Yeah.
Nash. He was Diesel.
And so like you all of a sudden
Oh, I'm so happy.
Del Rio was the one who won. Like that kind of
Yeah.
does remind me of Andrade.
My dark horse winner is the Miz.
Okay.
That's a good one. I think my dark horse winner, even though it might not be so dark horse, is Braun.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not in the match, so I'll allow it.
I could see Dean. Poor Dean Ambrose.
I feel like they're already screwing up Dean Ambrose,
They are.
too.
At
are.
the second he came out with gas masks and a Bane coat, I'm like, why? Like he was so cool before this, and now he's back to like.
But, like,
I expect him to pull out ketchup and mustard.
There
coat.
there has to be a point of him winning the title and then him losing the title. So is he just going to
Yeah.
get on a program with Lashley from here on out, and it'd be a heel versus heel, or like what is Dean's purpose going forward?
I have no
There has
idea.
to be something.
I think Dean and Seth, either one of them challenges for their respective world title, or they fight each other at WrestleMania in a good match, like not a catch-can match like they.
I
did
just
at
think
friggin'
people
TLC.
already don't care about
No,
that.
I think
because
you're
they
right.
screwed up TLC
I mean, yeah.
so bad.
But even by the time,
And I also
even by the
think
time TLC happened, I already almost didn't care.
Yeah, and I also think that's wrong.
Yeah,
I don't think they're putting Dean and Seth in a WrestleMania match. I have reasons.
maybe Drew McIntyre wins it, but to me it seems too obvious. Maybe Kenny Omega shocks the world. Maybe
Telling a story?
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
it seems like.
Maybe John Cena freaking wins it. Should have been my dark horse. Because think about this.
First off, I'll be okay with that.
Yes, I would too, because he's got 16 world championships. If he
And
wins,
a bald spot.
he will.
Yes.
And like JBL's hair. The punch finisher is so freaking stupid. He does it come like within like a foot of their face. Anyways, but Cena's. Jackie Chan told me this. Kapow! Like why?
You didn't see him do that?
Lightning fist?
I've
Oh
only
my
seen
God.
him do it at, was it Great Crown Jewel maybe? Or no, he didn't go to that.
No, he did not.
Super Show maybe then. One of those stupid things.
He goes. He's.
Come on!
It's like
not
he's
even
shooting a
punch. He like
Hadouken.
does this or something.
And
It's
he
like-
misses by 2 feet.
it's so stupid.
Well, in the last match that I saw him in, which I think was when he was wrestling Memphis, this like the camera as the cameraman, I was like, go away from him. He's talking. He's talking the entire time.
Yes.
He's not even trying to hide it anymore.
Oh, I could see that.
Stop.
In the crowd. Yeah, it was bad.
So he's got like a one-punch finisher now?
It's so
It's like
stupid.
his
It's
sixth
almost like a
move of
setup.
doom.
Does he pin him with that, or does he set it up to the AA?
I broke the mic.
I don't know.
I didn't break the mic, but I just,
You break it every time.
just lower it on me. I get so impassionate.
All right, go continue with your story.
So maybe John Cena wins, and he wins number 17 and breaks Ric Flair's record by beating the big evil Brock Lesnar. But I had my pick picked. When a guy with a beard and some long hair that used to be half blonde and half black decided to go
Wasn't
up
really
to
half.
That's the bad ratio.
It was like 10.
it was like
It's like 1/4.
1/8 blonde and 7/8 black. Walked up to Triple H. He said, "I don't like your coffee," and he went and he smacked him in the face. Seth Rollins, no matter what happens,
For a second. The coffee.
no matter what happens in the Universal Championship match, which I do, like I said, I think it's Brock. I think Seth is positioned to, especially with his finisher, he can catch Brock with a low blow when the ref get knocks out. Something, curb stomp, pin, done. Like he should have done. He should have pinned Brock at 31 instead of Roman. But that was all playing to the crowd, whatever. Nobody likes Roman. Get Seth, whatever.
People didn't hate Brock yet,
Yeah.
or they weren't sick
Well,
of him anyway.
I think Seth
Did we?
Rollins is my pick
Some of us.
for the Royal Rumble winner on the men's side. Sean. That's a lot of letters. He just raised Seth.
Yeah, he just wrote the whole entire.
it was 11. I don't know why I wrote the whole name.
It is 11.
It's literally the only other. It's the only time
Yes.
I put more than.
Oh, God.
I wasn't looking.
Oh God.
It's the only time
Oh,
I put
so-
two names
so
on
bad.
here.
Again.
It's so bad.
High five.
My pick was picked when I picked the pick. No,
No, he can't enter it. No.
my pick was decided
A year ago.
2 weeks ago.
CM Punk.
a week and a half ago.
You're picking Finn?
Actually, still about a week and a half ago.
Right here.
No.
In Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes! Good job, guys.
Nailed it. When Finn got the title shot, because he was my pick,
Right.
and I think
You think he still
it's
wins the
Seth
Rumble?
Rollins? No, it's Seth Rollins now. I think but it's almost too obvious. So
Right.
it's almost like I don't know who else it would be.
I mean,
It's the kind
the
of thing
freaking
where
cyborg Drew
it's the kind
McIntyre.
like you could almost do. I don't know your pick yet, but you could almost say Seth versus the Field in this one, and it's not that far off. Like
Yeah.
I
Seth
don't
and Drew
think
versus
Drew's
the Field
there
would be
yet.
ridiculous.
I don't think they're having Drew
Hey,
main
the-
event Mania.
The problem is they built him up as a heel. Anybody you put up against Brock will be a face, but after that, what do you do? Like,
I mean, I
Drew
don't
is
think that's
clearly a heel.
necessarily true because I mean Brock. I mean, yes,
Sucks.
he's kind of like the Well, I mean, he's kind of the ultimate heel, but he's also like he's the beast. So it doesn't matter if it's a heel or a face going up against him. It's
Right.
just
After all that, I wrote Seth Rollins under me, not under you. So it's a good thing I picked him too.
just write Seth under me. I don't need his last name.
So
Thank you.
the funny thing is, even though I picked Finn, I really see this as more of Seth versus Brock. Now, I would love to see Seth versus Finn too, but that's kind of that's kind of an AJ, not
But it's
dream
still-
match necessarily,
Yeah.
but AJ Shinsuke kind of thing last year.
Also, Seth almost killed Finn Balor.
There, you could build on that.
Balor.
But I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh God! but
Over to you, Nick.
I'm here taking notes, and then I'm just like, what
What
happened?
was I going to say? Seth winning.
Look at
Yeah, solid.
Gosh, I don't know. Seth and Brock.
I think if Seth wins, you can't have a bad Universal title
That's what
match,
I was gonna say.
period. Thank
There's
you.
almost a
You're welcome.
little bit of foreshadowing because whether it's come out yet or not,
Dude,
I guarantee you
His
Brock
match with
would
Drew
love
was awesome.
Brock would love a match with Seth.
He likes
because
the
he
little
loves
guys, yeah.
those guys. So while I think Finn would be a bit more of an upset, Seth Rollins not too far behind that, and on the grandest stage of them all, whatever.
He's supposed to be like the new Shawn Michaels. Yeah,
He's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he backs it up.
Oh, 100%.
Not to that level, but yeah, I mean, Shawn's the best wrestler that ever lived.
yeah. Either way, I don't know if it's Seth versus Finn, or maybe it'll be Seth versus Daniel Bryan for all we know. But
Oh my god!
so
Why did you say that?
why'd you say that name? Either way, I'm going with Seth. I don't know what comes of it, but I'm going with Seth.
Holy crap! I didn't even think about that.
For me, I think it does come down to the two that you said too, as well. Drew and Seth.
Yeah.
Because I do think that Drew is ready to be in that
He's
spot.
so freaking awesome.
I think he's ready to be in that spot. And if opposite momentum works, as we always see it work in WWE, with Seth beating Drew this past Monday on Raw, Drew wins the Royal Rumble. That being said, my pick is also Seth. Because I think it's been building him up. Why lose the IC title? Continuously lose the IC title if you're not going to... Because he can't lose that title and still flounder around in the
He's not mid-card. He's so much better than the mid-card.
And he was in the... I truly believe he was the mid-card to build the middle card.
I agree.
Middle card.
Yep.
He wasn't there because he lost... He lost, faith in the front office, or he wasn't as hot.
Well,
it's
it's basically because you need a high-profile guy as your second-tier champion because Brock is never there.
Brock's
so
never
you
there,
need,
right.
by default, he...
Exactly.
But if you fix that, then...
Right. So you fix that with the win on Finn. So you've got someone like Seth passing it on to Dean and passing it on to... Because now Bobby has it, and he's more... It is back to mid-card level.
Yep.
So that's why I think kind of going before this match, Finn does win it because now you can get back onto a guy who's top-notch, top-tier.
Oh, God. Do you know who we're going to see in the Rumble?
Val Venus?
Big Show?
Kane.
No.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
You'll probably see Kane.
Yeah.
So there's an interview that came out that he said the only reason he did the Crown Jewel match is that WWE pledged 100,000 to Knoxville, whatever, emergency responders and stuff. So, but other than that,
but is that because he's too old and doesn't want to wrestle anymore, or because he had some moral?
No, he's too. He's like, dude,
so maybe
I
he's
can't
just
walk.
done.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I think it's Seth because I think we're trying to we're starting to try to right the norm. We're getting back into the main titles are going to be here every week.
Yeah,
the
guys
IC
that actually wrestle. Yeah. Thank you.
The IC title can also be here every week, but it isn't the mid card title now.
Yeah.
So you put Seth into the title picture, and you circle back around, kind of like what you were talking about earlier. Like you were saying, you could play that card of Seth hurting Finn. WWE's always about circulation and getting back to square one.
Yep.
So you circle back around to the original Universal title match with Seth and Finn, and we're like,
time is...
It's a flat circle.
There we go.
Okay.
So that hippie stuff. And then, and so anyways, you might actually probably want to bleep that one out over my cuss words.
It's
drug paraphernalia.
It's illegal. It will be the last state that gets it. Anyway,
that's true,
probably.
But anyways,
it'll be last or second last. Yeah. Anyways,
Mississippi and Tennessee.
Drew McIntyre.
But so I think it does circle back around to WrestleMania. Remember when we had the Universal title and Seth hurt Finn? Well, Finn's out here with the title. I've got the title now. You come get me, Seth, and you're not going to hurt me this time. Yep. I'm going to hurt you. Type of storyline or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's all about circling back to it, and obviously that's a way more. I think Brock and Seth is a great match. I think Braun and Seth is a good match, or whoever you want to put up against Seth Rollins. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. We've seen that match before. Put it in the spotlight at WrestleMania.
Give him 25 minutes. Yeah.
Give him 25 minutes.
I think if
and Seth would win that match.
First off, so all three of us picked Seth.
I don't know. We did.
Yes.
If Finn beats Brock, I will separate my shoulder. I'll be fist bumping so hard.
Yeah.
Despite what I said and all that, about his finisher and whatever. I'm so sick of Brock. Nick was way ahead of the curve.
Have been.
Like,
Welcome to the club.
Balor Club.
we are in the Balor Club this coming weekend. But the reason I think Seth wins no matter what happens in the Universal title matches.
Computer just restarted. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
I hate you, dude. More than 1,000.
He's
suns.
had way too many alcohols now for that.
Sorry, go ahead.
I haven't had enough alcohols. I think Seth can get a match out of anybody. Like,
Yeah.
Seth in 2018 was probably the MVP of the WWE.
Yeah.
Like,
Until
like
not even close. Yeah.
until his match with Dean, that was like, I hate you so much. Oh, let's have a very technical wrestling match. We're gonna do like arm drags and stuff. Like, what? You're supposed to hate each other. What are you doing? Up until that match, by far, and he was still, because 11 out of 12 months, he was the best wrestler of the year. Seth can get a match out of anybody. That's why I think he wins the Rumble, because no matter if it's Brock, Finn, or something happens at No Way Out or whatever, Elimination Chamber, whatever it is, I think Seth can get a match out of anybody, just like Shawn Michaels could get a match out of anybody.
Yeah.
I will say somehow, I mean, not somehow, it's likely to happen. If Brock keeps the title, there's not really anybody I care to see him fight at WrestleMania besides Seth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And maybe Drew McIntyre.
It has to be an underdog match. But Drew, like...
That would just be two just beasts.
Yeah.
Drew, what the hell? What? How did Drew McIntyre turn into this? He went from Drew Galloway like, I'm Paul Burchill. I'm with Paul Burchill. I'm a pirate, right?
No, I don't.
Or was only Paul Burchill a pirate?
Who's Paul Burchill?
Google it.
I remember the
I don't
name.
think I don't think Drew McIntyre was ever a pirate.
I think he was a pirate with Paul Burchill. But anyways,
No.
how did he go?
Paul Burchill. I remember the name, but I can't.
He was a pirate, matey. Look up Paul
He's
Burchill.
part of the 3-man band.
No, that was Drew McIntyre.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
So what was Drew McIntyre with Paul Burchill?
Thank God Drew McIntyre is not a ref right now.
Birch Hall? Is that his name?
Burchill.
I know, but-
Burchill.
Burchill. That's not who I... Paul Burchill. Oh, because it is Paul Burchall, better known by his ring name, Paul
Burchill.
Burchill. Is a retired English...
Click on Drew McIntyre.
Oh, he was in...
The 3-man
ECW.
band.
There he is. He's a pirate.
What does that have to do with Drew McIntyre?
I don't know what that has to do with Drew McIntyre.
My point is, how did he go from being like 3-man band, whether he was a pirate or not, to being like
Not.
a freaking fiscal,
Fiscal?
Well, because he's always been tall, and he was a chosen one.
but he wasn't that though.
Well, yeah,
Like, when he
because-
was the chosen one, he didn't look like this.
Well, yeah, because you go and you hone
You go
your
to
skill,
TNA
and
and you go,
you start working out,
NXT and everything. Yeah.
and you build your character.
I just hate that Paul Burchill's turning into Kevin Nash. Dolph Ziggler never turned into Shawn Michaels.
Paul Burchill?
I mean, Drew McIntyre.
still on this guy.
Why are we still talking about Paul Burchill?
Drew McIntyre turned into Kevin Nash at his best. I know a lot of people hate Kevin Nash. Dolph never turned into Shawn Michaels like we wanted him to.
Yeah.
In Elite, maybe he will.
Too old.
Probably not. He's Nick Nemeth on Twitter. Whew. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Sunday's going to be really interesting because how many did you and I disagree
We agreed on everything but the women's Royal Rumble. I got Charlotte and you
I
got
disagreed
Becky.
on 2.
Okay, recap. We all
Yes,
have Buddy.
recap, Sean. Into the microphone.
We all have Buddy. We all have Rusev.
Oh, my little buddy.
Nick and I have Miz and
Nemeth?
Shane. Kevin has the bar. We all have Ronda. We all have Asuka. We all have Daniel Bryan. Nick and I agree on Finn. Kevin has Brock. Everybody agrees on Seth. Women's Rumble is the only one. I mean, it's hard for us to all disagree.
Are there 3 different?
Because everything else
Yes.
is just 2 people pretty
Yes.
much. But
Charlotte,
Carmella, Becky. Becky, since this is going up on audio too. Becky for Nick, Carmella for Kevin, and Charlotte for myself.
Wait. Well, unless Becky's
No,
in the
you have
Rumble.
one name, and the name is Carmella.
Yeah.
No.
You have one name.
If you want to pick Becky, now's your chance.
Becky.
You want to change Carmella to Becky?
If Becky's in the Rumble,
no,
she's winning it.
no.
So
Which
that's why.
name?
No, I will go with that. If she's not in the Rumble, I'll take the loss. Yeah, I'm going Becky.
So Carmella is now Becky.
Carmella is my dark horse. Yes.
But what name do you want me to write here? Becky?
Becky.
Okay.
Because I think somehow she will swarm her way into it.
I hope. I hope Carmelo wins.
Carmelo wins it. I hate
Oh my
wrestling.
god, that
I'm
would
almost
be
rooting for
hilarious.
Carmelo
I kind of
over
am now too.
But you know what? It
Kinda like that
makes
one time-
sense. You
kinda
know
like that
what?
one time-
I screwed that up.
Kind of like that one time when we did a 24-hour extra life stream and I was rooting for Logan to put in just enough money for Kevin to do Ghost Pepper.
That was horrible. That was like
Poor Josh Tucker too, by the way, because he came in to host our
he just didn't know what he was
title
getting himself
title
into.
it's like,
match.
what is up with these idiots?
You, Adam, Paul did Ghost Pepper, cursing
It was horrible.
out. Like I don't even think.
I can't imagine
y'all
actual
invent-
Ghost Pepper is
y'all
worse than
invented-
that.
No, it's probably not. Y'all invented curse words. Paul's beard is dripping with milk, like he just sucked the teat of like 4 cows.
Or Star Wars Last Jedi.
Yeah.
By the way,
And Josh
as
Tuck-
we're recording this, 2 years ago, we got the name for The Last Jedi. We still don't have the name for Episode 9.
That is correct.
Is it just Star Wars The Knights of Ren? There's no way.
I don't think so.
But that has to be the story, correct?
I don't know if it has
Otherwise,
to be,
why'd
but
you
I think
ever
it
talk
should
about
be.
them? Not that
We're not going to get off
Let's
on
not
too
do
much
this
of a
here.
tangent here.
Let's not do
but
this here.
I will say
not do
nobody
this.
saw The Last Jedi being what it was. So who knows what the next one will be.
It's a good movie.
Not going to get into that tonight.
We both, when Sean and I reviewed it, we were like 8.5, 9, 9.5.
By like
And
a week later,
we
we're
were
both like,
this is the
man.
worst Star Wars movie ever. Logan, #Logan was right. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging in here with us on our Royal Rumble predictions episode of the bonus episode of the Two Player Co-op podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother, from brother Sean.
How we doing? We're starting over again.
You can find us on Twitter. I'm at Kip my Twitter. He's at Real Sean White.
Oh, yeah, we're losing him.
We're losing.
Nick, do the cheap plugs for the Nerd 901.
Yeah, so I'm Nick 901. I'm sorry, I'm Nerd 901 Nick on Twitter, and then of course Nerd 901 is Nerd_901 because much like y'all, someone has the Nerd 901 Twitter, but it's an egg. It's dead. It's a dead account, and we can't get it.
That's so stupid.
Of course, go to nerd901.com where you can see these
Yes.
fellows with their weekly podcasts.
Weekly.
And yes, turn to back to weekly, yay. And then
Nailed it. Wasn't even looking.
previously their Versus series, which is one of the best
yes.
series
It may
on the
come
internet.
back on a one-off basis. Stay tuned.
And then we've got, of course, Ernie Carruthers, Blood Without Fear.
YouTube.com/Blur Without Fear. Over 16,000 subs. Ernie, just keep doing what you do.
And then, of course, Melody Klink, always hitting us up with, I think, one of the coolest writing styles that we ever have.
By the way, I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yep, that's great. It's a
I
great game.
don't know what I'm
I
going to
listened to
beat
y'all.
it,
I listened
but
to y'all's the episode this week, and you're like, yeah, 4 hours into it. I was like, got to the title picture. I was like, yeah, welcome to everyone else's effing life.
it's freaking crazy. Like, so now I'm like 10 and a half, 11
You're
hours in
way
after
further
11
in
nights,
than
but
I
I'm
am now.
like, I love this game. So I'm playing as Alexios. I love the game. It's so much fun, but like, I don't know when, like, RE2 is out in 2 days. Oh, it shipped. Did yours ship?
It better have.
Mine shipped, so it'll be here
People
Friday.
who are
like-
watching this for wrestling have now cut us out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody's listening anyways. I can't wait for RE2. ACO is awesome. It would have been my number 3 game of the year. I would have bumped it up over the Vanias.
Spider-Man?
No. Nope. It doesn't go over Spider-Man.
No, it
But
doesn't.
I really like it. Spider-Man is freaking, it's so good. It's, yeah. Yep. It's better than Arkham Knight. It's better than Arkham Asylum. It's better than Arkham Origins. I still like Arkham City, I think, better.
Then Spider-Man.
I think. But, I mean, I'm going to play it back here in the next
I mean, we all have wrong
6
opinions.
months or
It's okay.
something. But again, the combat makes so much more sense with Spider-Man. Like,
Yes.
Spider-Man should be doing those things. Batman should not be going, "What's up?" And he go, okay, I'm done moving my
Yeah.
legs. So anyways, Nick, cheap plugs.
I did them.
You did them. Okay, so.
Maybe just sit the next couple plays out over there.
Plays?
Just making a comment.
What play? What's a play?
I do. Hey, look, I do have one more
Why
cheap
is your
plug.
pen on the
I
belt?
have one more cheap plug.
Yes.
So I started something in January that I employ everyone else in the local Memphis area to do the same thing. If you have because I know you're gonna this is a good transition for yourself. If you have a Prime,
No.
if you have an Amazon Prime account,
Okay.
I challenge you to go to Twitch and find.
Sean. Stream.
So anyways, I started this in January. I'm going to do it for the rest of the year and hopefully, further into it. But if you have an Amazon Prime account, I challenge you to go to Twitch with your Twitch Prime account and sub to a local Twitch streamer. If you have Amazon Prime, you have money just sitting there in the Twitch Prime account. I think it's like $5. That's a Twitch Prime account.
Yep.
I did NSA Jose this month. Prior
Fan of the show.
In December, I did Josh Tucker, the host of our lovely and chaotic.
God bless him. God bless you, Josh.
Our 24-hour extra life stream, and then February I'll continue into March into the rest of the year. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, you have a Twitch Prime account, please go to one of our local streamers and sub. I challenge these two to do it. I challenge everyone else watching this video to do the same thing, because it's for good cause, and Nerd 901's message is to cultivate and to flourish a nerdy community here in Memphis, and that's a. You trying to write down what it is?
I gotta fix
it. I know.
My rundown.
Yeah. So I challenge anyone else to do that, because that's what we do as far as Nerd 901. We can't always put content out, but we can at least help put people who make content on a regular basis, get them out in forefront of everybody, and continue the nerdy love around Memphis.
I love Nerd 901 so much. Like, it's funny to go back through my time hop, and when I see when I first started tweeting you and Adam and Nerd 901, I'm like, it's so weird that I didn't. It's like, okay, this is gonna sound really weird, really weird, but I can't remember life before my kids,
right?
But I also don't remember life
before Nerd 901.
Yeah, with this podcast, YouTube channel, all that, I don't remember life before Nerd 901. And that's
what's funny
like,
is I remember the first time you tweeted.
You went without me. I was at the beach in Florida, and you
was with
you went to
Brittany.
Florida with them. I mean, you went to
I went to Florida with you guys. Sure,
I was at trivia
we
with
can
them.
do it. No. Well, I think maybe that was when we first met. But the first time you tweeted me, I was at Wiseacre for some reason with Brittany, and I remember being out in the back area there, and you tweeted me like, "Oh, hey, cool, another Memphis, video game guy, cool." And then
I think we built something freaking awesome, and between Nick and Adam and Melody and us and Ernie, Ernie, oh my God,
I mean, Ernie skyrocketed.
Ernie is
he's killed it.
So Ernie's here and the rest of us are here.
Right.
It's not even close.
Right.
Ernie is doing, if you care at all about comic books, seriously, youtube.com/blur without fear. Please, God, go over there, subscribe, watch his videos. He's doing amazing stuff.
But I mean, that's obviously what the idea was, the website was, and that's why this year I was like, I've been sending my Twitch Primes to, Kind of Funny, and those guys deserve it, right? I mean, they're doing great things, but I told myself it's about time that I started living on my my moral of creating a nerdy culture here in Memphis, whether it's video games, comic books, whatever is in the nerdy realm. And one of the best ways to do it is with a wallet. And so, with that being said, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime. Give it to Josh Tucker, give it to Sir Slaw, give it to NSA Jose. Go to my Twitter page, Nerd901 Nick, and I've retweeted it. I'll probably retweet it again. A list of people to go over to Twitch, find them. These two guys, when y'all start streaming more and accepting subs.
Why is it gonna be me?
Because I've done my part. You've never streamed one time.
You can't. He's about to have a kid.
Yeah, I'm about to have a kid.
I've got 4.
Yeah,
I got kids.
They're taking care of themselves now.
It's true. Well, except for
I got kids. I need this job.
Except for the fourth one.
Our poor
Anyone
sound.
who's listening to headphones, they're bleeding.
If they're listening to us now, they love us.
But anyways, that's my cheap plug. Twitch Prime. Go to local streamers here in Memphis. Give them the love. They deserve it.
Speaking of Twitch,
wait, time out. Why did you give me an ice cube?
To throw at the camera.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean,
it's gonna be melted by
Please
then.
miss.
I'll probably miss.
Okay. Twitch.tv/2player_co-op. I apologize for the underscore. It is what it is. YouTube.com/2player-co-op. Go over there. Whether you're listening to us on audio, video, whatever, go over there. It means the world to us. Sean, really, I cannot express how much it means to us. YouTube
Sucks.
YouTube sucks. They screwed us over a year ago.
Sucks.
And they're holding our money hostage, and they're holding our SEO hostage and everything. So go over to youtube.com/2playercoop, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please share the video with friends and family. Tell them to also
Firmly.
tell them to subscribe. Means a lot.
Well, the good thing about y'all is even if you don't like podcasts, okay, well, great. We have Mario Mondays.
We've got
If you don't like Mario
God,
Mondays,
Mario's so
okay,
much
well
fun.
then you've got your Versus series. If you don't like that, if you want to watch wrestling, local stuff, I know we got Memphis is a big local place for wrestling. Then okay, well check out us for every 4 to 5 months for wrestling predictions because they're gonna go off the rails really quick.
The good thing is
Sure.
I don't think I'll be going out of town this time for WrestleMania. What? Also, if you're a Genesis kid like we were, you might want to stay tuned, right, Sean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Great sell.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Guns Are Heroes.
Oh.
The cool banner. We're gonna do Let's Plays.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We're gonna do Let's Plays of Genesis games.
You're talking too loudly into the microphone.
That's
I
the
think that's the
point.
point.
Sean,
By the
you
way,
li-
F y'all for not buying Mortal Kombat 11. Just let you know
I look at him like,
that. I know that's an off the camera conversation.
Sean, do you like audio?
Yes.
Nick, do you like audio?
I think you know this by now.
Yeah. Nick likes audio. And if you like audio, you should subscribe to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google, Spotify, Stitcher Podcast, and
Just roll through it, Sean.
no,
Push through it.
all the services around the world. I get to go to bed. I don't have to drive.
You're almost there.
Download, subscribe, review. Sean, this has been a lot of fun.
This has been a lot of fun.
So you hit everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Question.
Yes.
When was the last time we did a wrestling prediction podcast?
Where I didn't drink? Okay.
No, in
Never.
general.
Survivor Series.
I don't think we did Survivor Series. It was SummerSlam.
Is that when I
Survivor Series?
don't think we did.
I didn't think we did because it
Probably
was
not.
It was all the
Who cares
championship
about Survivor
and
Series
stuff.
anymore?
The
So SummerSlam then?
Is that when I
Money in the Bank is the new Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Is that when I caught the pen?
Yeah.
No,
So we
that
haven't
was
been here.
here.
I don't think it's been that long.
I think it was WrestleMania.
It was WrestleMania.
It was WrestleMania because I went. "Ah!
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Dang.
Year.
Well, I think it's time to bring it back then.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for playing. And until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
No chance. I swear to God. If I catch this, Finn is winning. And even if I don't, he might still win.
Vince.
Finn.
Finn?
No, Vince. Pay attention is what I'm saying. Damn it.
I don't even remember what I used to do. Throw.
Thank you for playing.
Thank you for
and then
playing.
thank you for playing. Throw it.
No, I do it the other way. You kept telling me to do it that way.
Thank you for playing, and then you miss it.
Yeah, but that one time I caught it.
One time out of 100
That's what makes it
episodes.
special.
You say thanks for playing, and then you throw it.
My butt's asleep.
Thank you for playing. That was not.
Oh, man.
Bye-bye.